Good afternoon. Welcome to the Toon Review. Aston Villa are today's visitors to St James's Park. Can we maintain our roller coaster ride that we're on at the moment? You'll find out here on the Toon Review. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Toon Review with me, Billy Trey, and the live watch-along Newcastle United versus Aston Villa at St James's Park, which kicks off in just under half an hour's time. We do have team news to give you. We'll do a few comments before I do that. A lot of people have probably put the team news in the lineup in the chat. Actually, what we'll do then is we'll put the team news up now. And here's the Newcastle United team. An unchanged lineup from last week at Spurs. Isn't it? Is it unchanged? I think it is, isn't it? Pope in goal, Trippier, Share, Botman and Byrne. And the back four, Guimaraes. Got to try and pronounce that properly for Alex's benefit. Guimaraes. Just call him Bruno. Bruno, Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock as the middle three. And up front, Miggy on the right. Joe Linton on the left, probably. Although he could change with Joe Willock. Callum Wilson through the middle. But there is some pleasant, surprising news on the bench. Alan St Maximan has made the bench, and he's alongside John Joe Shalvey. We will see them both at some point today, possibly. But the bench consists of Karius, Lascelles, Shalvey, Maxi, Target, Mankio, Wood, Fraser, and Murphy. No place for Elliot Anderson. But I'm guessing with the return to fitness of Maxi, that's going to drop him down a spot, isn't it? The Aston Villa lineup, I'm not sure how they lined up last week, but here's our lineup. Martinez is the captain in goal. Looks like a back four of Matty Cash, Konza Mings, and Ashley Young. Then Duncan and Louise as the two sit-in midfielders behind Bendia, Bailey and Watkins on the left-hand side. Bailey on the right, and Ings up front. And Danny Ings, of course, likes a goal against us. Substitutes, and their bench looks quite strong too. They have Olsen, the goalkeeper, John McGinn, Morgan Sanson, Chambers, Bednarek, Coutinho, Dean, Cameron Archer, and Jacob Ramsey. So that's the two lineups. We'll do the comments now. We'll start from the top of the page. And Northumberland Geordie is the first person to send in a comment for us this afternoon. We've just watched the Villa team get on the bus at the Copthorne. We asked Tyrone Mings for his signature, and he missed the notepad. Humour to start us off for the day with. Well done, Thorne and Geordie. By the way, folks, if you are new to the channel, give us a like on the video, hit the thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, it's free to do so. Hit the subscribe button. Super chats are also available by hitting the dollar button, and you can also become a member of the Toon Review family, which Thursday night, went over the 15,000 barrier. We're heading for 16,000 rapidly, but just do that by clicking the join button and going to the membership that way. If you're on Apple, you have to go to Instagram on iOS and go to the desktop version of the Toon Review and do it through there. But that's all the rigmarole sorted. Let's get to the comments again. Tom's in the house. Well, he's not. He's actually in the cathedral at St James's Park, where he says, good afternoon from a drizzly St James's Park. Let's hope the performance is brighter than the weather today. Away the lads. Thanks for that, Tom. Always get the progress report from Tom first thing on a watch-along stream. Jock's in the house, up for this one. Let's get another 3 points. Nathan's here too. Afternoon all. Looking forward to this from the shipyard in the south of France. 3-0 win today. Excuse me 1 second. I need to belch. Okay, I had to build up, but nothing came out. Kendo's here. Away the lads and away the chats, obviously. Cal Park's here. Away the lads 4-0 today. Anders is here. I'm guessing he's Swedish. Same 11 as last week. ASM back on the bench. Anderson still out injured. Yeah. John Willis thought that Elliot was 100% fit for today. He may well be, but obviously with the return of Maxi, everyone gets pushed down the place. I'd have Anderson ahead of Fraser. Eddie thinks different. We can't question Eddie's decisions at the moment, can we? Being on this massively forward momentum that we're on at the moment. MLSon's here. Hi to all. Jock says, I thought so too, but doesn't even make the bench. No, that's about Elliot. The handmade angler's in the house and how we trust. If he feels Anderson isn't fit enough for the bench, then I have total faith we'll get his chance sooner rather than later. And we have the League Cup game coming soon too. Pleased Maxi is there though. Yes, we'll like to see Maxi at some stage in the game. Peace Fogs here. Start to trust every one of our players now. Really good bunch indeed, indeed, indeed. Samantha's also here. How are the lads? 2-0 to the Toon, she thinks. Tom's given the lineup there that I've just read, and the subs also. Thanks for that, Tom. Peter Griffin's here. Spurs couldn't break us down in open play, so I expect more of the same today. Brentford were there to be beat, but away to the Toon is a different, completely the way around, of course. Completely different kettle of fish. Yeah, I agree with that. Brentford, we saw how bad they are defensively when they came to St James's the other week. And that carried on at Villa, despite the efforts of their goalkeeper, David Rea, who indeed I put in for my fantasy Premier League team last week, thinking that Nick Pope was going to concede a few, well, 1 or 2, and going for the safe option, of course, I plonked Rea in and he let 4 in. Yeah, part of the course for me, I'm afraid. But he thinks it's going to be a lot closer than most people think now. Villa will be trying to impress, but I think we will still win 1-0. Away the lads. Charles is here. Hi, Charles. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Jock's going for a 2-1. Stu's here, saying hello to everyone. Hope we smash Villa today. Can't stand the lifters. Samsonite Dove's here. Hey, all. I expect us to score a minimum 3 and keep a clean sheet today. Same starting 11 as versus Spurs, but I think Sharvey will get more than a cameo today. And ASM looks close to fully fit. Yeah, everyone's getting back. And of course, only Isaac then to get back, isn't there? And of course, as I've said a few times, we have yet to play our first choice full strength side this season, which is amazing. And here we are, sitting in 4th. Everything's hunky-dory. Could go 3rd today if the results go our way. Everything's really good, isn't it? Stu's saying, how are the lads? Shane's here all the way from Australia. Good morning, everyone. 3-0 win for the team today. Let's keep the good times rolling. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And good day to you, Shane, or good evening, or good morning down there in Australia. Shearer69 is here. Hey, all, expect to hand out another hammering. Yep, I think that's kind of everyone's kind of confident of a big win today. Rachel's here. Hi, Rach. Good afternoon, everyone. Please keep all comments respectful. No repeats, no all caps, and definitely no spoilers. Wait for me to comment. Enjoy the show. Absolutely, I echo that 5,000,000%. Scott's here. How are the lads? He says, Carl's here. Afternoon, everyone. 2-0 win coming. Sven and the mighty Miggy to score. Sven's due one, isn't he? From set piece. He's absolutely due one. Solo's here. Afternoon, all I predicted and changed on Thursday night show. I thought Joe didn't play well on the left and kept the balance in midfield like against Spurs. Yep, I agree with that. James is here saying afternoon to everyone. Eddie in Japan's here. Hi, Eddie. Hope you're well, mate. Stu says, because it's Halloween weekend, I hope Villa have a horror show and the Toon inflicts a vicious bloodbath hammering. I can't read the next one out, Clarky. But it's there on the show. There you go. Martin says, greeting match day, 4-0 win. Hi, Billy. Hello, Martin. Hope you're well, matey. And another one saying hello to me, which is Andy Magpie Watson and Gareth Cooper also. He's wanting 3 points, as we all are. Where the lads says Clarky. Toon Dave's in the house. Good afternoon, Mr. Tracer. Hope you're well today, Billy. Looking forward to the game. I think we all are. We look forward to games more and more now, don't we? Just think this time, let's say 13 months ago, we were dreading weekends. Now we can't wait for them to come round, can we? Tony's in the house. Hi, Tony. Hope you're well, buddy. 669, afternoon, Billy. Expect a big win again today. Lots of confidence, and Reason says 5-0, so more confidence there. Keith over in America. Good to see ASM on the bench. Looking forward to getting him back. Absolutely. The form he was in before he got injured, you know, it was the best form he's shown since he's been at Newcastle. Might take a wee while to get back into the swing of things, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him too. Brandon's here. Maxi, come on up the fucking mags, he says. And bottle of dogs here. Evening from Asia. How are the lads? 3-0 winner, he thinks. Ian McCubbin, afternoon, folks. I want to win at home. We are strongest. Yes, I agree with that. I like coffees here. Hope you're well, buddy. Devin Green saying, come on the mags. Mansell Hansel, afternoon, Billy. Hope you're well. I am indeed. We'll be better after a nice 3 points later on in the afternoon. 20 minutes from kickoff, folks. 6-6 for Miggy today, thinks Andy. Lots of people saying hello again. Scott thinks 3-0 the Toon. John's back doors managed to make it into the house today. He's saying afternoon to everybody. Colin Morton thinks 2-1. Bit tighter, bit more squeaky bum if that's the case, but we'll see how it goes. 3-0 to the Toon, says Mansell Mings hat trick. Yeah. He's one of these players, isn't he? That play. He's a bit like Titus Bramble, isn't he? The modern day Titus Bramble, where he can do amazing things in defence, and then everything goes to shite with a lapse of conversation. But yeah. Jordan says bets are going well so far. I picked De Bruyne and City 1-0. Picked Wilson and Toon 3-1. Well, let's hope it continues for you, Jordan, in that same realm of form that you're in. Stu saying hello to me. Hi, Stu. Hope you're well, mate. Mark and Danny Dawson. Hi, Billy. Looking forward to your commentary. Thanks very much. He thinks 2-1. They think 2-1, I should say. How are the lads? Paul Tully's saying 4-3 the Toon. That'll be an exciting game to commentate on, won't it? Maybe a close game, but open on the goal for Botman today. Dan's disappointed that there's no Anderson on the bench. Yeah, I think that's all down to Maxi being fit, to be honest. All our wide players seem to be fit now, don't they? So I personally would have him on, but Eddie's going with experience, I'm guessing. John's back door thinks 3-0. And there was that belch that I was trying to get out 10 minutes ago. It's finally come out. James Wells says, going to go 2-0 today. Since they have a manager bounce, they may have a manager bounce and are hard to break down, indeed. Rich says, hey, Billy, can't wait for this game. Great lineup. You are easier to understand without those teeth. Yes, they were hard speaking, these things, you know, desperate to talking. Just can't do it. I could do it like that, but then I look like a ventriloquist. So we'll give them a miss for this program anyway, at least. Eddie says, good to see Xavi and ASM. So some good options from the bench. Yeah, the bench looks very strong, doesn't it? How's the Bacons going for a 2-1? Stu saying hello to Rachel. Otis is in the house. Afternoon, everyone. Never would I thought I'd be saying who needs ASM. God bless Eddie. 3-0 to the Toon, says Otis. Hello back from Rach. Eddie says, good to see ASM. Done that one. 5-0 to I like coffee. Come on, the Toon. Lots of confidence. Hope it's warranted. Because sometimes you can get overconfident and you get kicked in the arse, don't you? Mansell saying Maxi and Xavi a massive boost for the bench. Glad they're back. Indeed. Timmy Jr.'s here. Brazil manager at the game today. So Bruno and Joe Linton will be on top form. Maybe Douglas Luiz and Coutinho off the bench, maybe too, though. You know, you've got to look at it at both sides of the tree. Ian's here. Afternoon, Billy, and fellow Toon Review family members. He's saying Robert Lee. Now, there's a name to conjure with. Afternoon, everyone. 4. Yeah. Samsonite, Dave, Isaac, and Kraft both injured. Of course, they are. 3-0 2 wins, says Stu. No problem, lads and lasses. Everyone's happy and confident. Good afternoon, Billy, says Scott. Hope you're well, mate. Ian Skinner's loud statement today, 7-0. Interesting. Robert Lee's back. He says 4-0. Ian's asking Rachel about her thespian activities. How did the play go? And Rachel says it's going well, thanks. Last night tonight. Ooh, it's always fun on the last night. That's when all the stops are pulled out for the final performance. Hope it goes well for you, Rachel. Good afternoon, Billy, says James. Let's hope for a great performance today, mate. Indeed. Alexander's here. Hoskas is here. And also the little fella. Hi, all 3-0 today. How are the lads? Hope your stream doesn't miss goals today. Yes, me too, mate. Well, fantastic gesture from Eddie over there in Japan. 1,000 yen super chat. Away the lads. Another win over the villains, please. He says, much appreciated, Eddie. Thanks for that generosity. Really is deeply appreciated. And we're very grateful for anyone that's putting super chats in. I'm actually grateful for you just to be here with us, liking the videos and watching along with us. But thanks for that, Eddie. Really appreciate that. Great party then, to Ian. Talking about the play, I'm thinking. Lucas says here, hi, Benny. Looking forward to the match. 2-0 on the max, he thinks. Mandy's in the house also. Come on, the Toon. Hopefully a good win today. But we will just get a win, maybe 2-1. Hey, we'll settle for any kind of win. It doesn't matter. As I say, the chances are there today. If the results go away, we could be hitting the top 3 tonight, guys. You know, and who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? Everyone was saying it's going to be a slow build. But here we are in the Champions League places at the moment. I know it's just a mere way through the season, but we've got something to build on. If we can get to where we are now, when the World Cup comes, January comes, we can strengthen the squad and maybe have a go. You never know. You never know. Hoskas says high energy performance and hard work. I'll take 1-0 right now. I think we all took a win of any kind. Andy says 2-0 for Toon today. Spencer says Billy Big Dog Trey. And legend. Thanks, Spencer. Much appreciated, mate. Thanks for that compliment. Alex says, I think if we win the next 3 Premier League games, which is more than possible, it would be a massive statement. Away the lads. Yes, I agree. Southampton and Chelsea next 2 games. James thinks 3-2. Stu's cheering. Hoskas thinks my green screen's broken. No, it's not. It's because I've got green on. And if I put a green screen on, as I'll show you now, you can see straight through. Not straight through my shirt, but it looks a bit naff, if you know what I mean. So if I put that on there, like that, it doesn't work. So there you go. If you see the green on my shirt then becomes kind of see-through, I mean, it's not great, is it? But if that's what you want, that's what we'll go with. But I mean, you can hardly see any green on my shirt anyway. It kind of goes black and see-through. Geordie Rixie, got a feeling we're going to win big today, 5-0. He's thinking. Foster's Big Joe's time to shine today. The Brazil manager is watching. Clark says, what strike from Tillemans and a great save from Edison in the early kickoff. Is that over now, is it? Did that finish 1-0? Angelica's here. Hi, Billy. I'm here early, not feeling too good today, so I'm listening to you and eating ice cream. Well, I will be when it's delivered in a few minutes. You eat your ice cream away, Angelica. I hope everything went well for your Wednesday. I did go to work in my black Newcastle top to pay a respect to your husband, and I hope it all went well. Great to have you with us today. Enjoy your ice cream. I wonder what flavour it will be. Adam says 3-0 for me, and hopefully Shelby and ASM get a decent amount of minutes. Yes. Julie's here saying hi. Ronald's giving us the black and white hearts and thumbs ups. James is going for 3-1. Battleaxe B says 3-1 with Wilson grabbing 2. Reason says Almron getting our first hat-trick today since the takeover. I do fancy him against Ashley Young, I've got to say. I have to say that. Julie saying Brazil managers at the game today. Hopefully Joe Linton impresses. Yes, that'd be good. 3-0 says the ultimate outlaw. Robert Morris thinks 4-1. Will up to score at last. Possibility there. If he gets a goal, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Eddie's Mag says, let's get this W and stay in the top 4. Stephen's saying, hope Newcastle win today. Neil Newcastle 3 today in 3-1 today. Aston Villa. Yeah. Pillow Keith, hi Billy. Cracker last night, mate. Decent option on the bench, 2-0 to us. In world good. Hosker says ASM could imbalance us if he comes on. I don't think so. I think we had that kind of sorted, didn't we, before he went off, although Target was playing then. Bottle of Dog says, Flob on the slime, karma time on the Tyne. Yes, who remembers those horrid banners at Villa Park? That horrible day. God, 14 years ago now, isn't it? Christ, ages ago. Julie thinks the bench does look good today. It does indeed. Eddie's saying Billy is. Thank you very much, Eddie. Concentration. That was the word I couldn't get out. It was as if I had these teeth in again. Oh, dear me. Jonesy says 4-2 to the Toon. Jan's in the house. He thinks 4-0. Davey's in the Black Garter. Wow. Enjoy yourself, mate. What's that name? Kiki Main. I'm hopeful of another win, but Villa will have a strong team out this afternoon, I'm thinking. Samsonite saying break leg to H. Is this Foxy or Foster? Foster going to go in my head and not my heart. 2-0. Would love 4, though. Absolutely. If we stay top 5 World Cup break, that will be amazing and set us up for January, says James. Absolutely. Thespian activity, not one to mispronounce. No, and I've mispronounced a few today, but I managed to get through thespian okay. I did put more effort into it, to be perfectly frank. Goat Father says, hello, Billy Bob. Mods, 2-0 for me, as long as we don't take these lightly, absolutely. Villa getting surgically pumped, says Stephen Stoko. Diane's here, good afternoon, the Toon Review family. Facebook users saying, oi, oi, Billy and Mods, whoever you may be. 10 minutes till kickoff, guys. Adam says, hopefully Miggy will have a field day. Can't see Ashley Young being able to keep up with him. No, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he, Ashley Young? Greetings from Indonesia, Billy. Let's hope for instead, says Paul James. Absolutely. Strong team, says Kiki, out the day and off the back of a good win. Indeed, confidence must be high for the lads. Paul's just watching the Trippier free kick versus Villa last season. And of course, he got injured in the end, didn't he, that game? Yeah, they managed to do his toe. Third of the season, put ourselves in position. Why not? Absolutely. Yolson Sports Commentaries, hope you're well. Norman Ray's here, 5-1, he's saying, to Newcastle. Facebook user saying 3-1. Barbara's here. This is a must-win game to keep the good run going. Absolutely. Tom saying afternoon. Hi, Tom. Hope you're well, mate. Shay Gooch is here. Yo, 3-1 Newcastle. I'm an Arsenal fan. Welcome to the channel, Shay. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing and give us a like and maybe even give us a subscribe. It doesn't cost out, so it's all good. Hoskus detached neck. Strange comment. C. Smith says, give it our best shot and we should win. Away the lads. Paul saying 2-0. Nick X is saying there'll be a point in the season when Newcastle move up to second. It won't last long, but it will be a snapshot, a Polaroid of what's to come in the future. Very profound, that, Nick. Very profound. Max thinks 2-0 to Newcastle. I'm one and Willock. And I've not seen a single draw yet, so the Newcastle fans are in full kind of I can't think of the word for that. That's what I'm thinking of. Very, very confident of winning. That's the word. Jeepers creepers. Deck says, afternoon, Billy Mods and chat. Think it may be tight today. 2-1 win. So even the tight ones think it's tight. It's going to be a win. The floating head goes with the Halloween theme, says Samsonite. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess what that detached neck is now. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why Anyway, if I put my 85 chins down, you can't see anyway, so who cares? Goat Father says, shirt looks good with a darker shade of green. Yeah. Before we go any further, on FIFA today, I purchased this kit, okay, for my team. I've got all 3 kits now on FIFA. I'll say all 3. 3 of the fucking 5 that we've got. But the white one, although it's got the green here, the green sponsored logo here, it's all green. The numbers are in white. Come on, EA. All you've got to do is put green numbers on. The shorts, everything's perfect. The numbers, you've cocked up. So there you go. That's my little beef for today. Yeah, so there you go. Everyone sent hello to Angelica and also to Rachel. People giving Angelica lots and lots of love in the chat, which is great to see. 3-2 says James. Oh, thanks. That's nice, Angelica. Just basically thinking of what you were going through and just paying respect, basically. It's all good. Sky Sports Premier League, there's an Instagram username. 3-1, whoever he may be. Hey to Tom D. With 7 minutes from kickoff. Rachel saying send your love. Also to Angelica, we all send our love. KBN, all over from Belfast. Good afternoon, Billy, the main man of football commentary. Great to be with you. 3-0 to the Toon. Away the lads from Belfast. You get great odds on an Almon. You would indeed, Hoskus. You're quite right. Is Anderson in the squad today? He's not. No, the return of ASM, I believe, has pushed him down a spot and off the bench. But there you go. Mark saying Southgate's watching the match according to Soccer Saturday. Yeah. Wonder who was there to watch. Mr. Wilson, I'm guessing. Possibly Dan Burn. Yeah, who knows? 5-1 says Sky Sports Premier League. Another 5-1 from James. No Anderson in the squad. No, he's not. He's been pushed down the order a little bit. 4-0. What? He said 5-1 a second ago. It's not the 12 days of Christmas, you know. Come on. So back to there. Good afternoon, Billy and chat, says Michael. AJ would love to see a statement win today and terrify the Big Six. Away the Toon. Great show last night, Billy. 3-1 today, says Stephen. Malk's here. Good morning, Billy. Looking forward to your commentary. 3-0. Wilson, Willock, and Share. Time Lord Boris is thinking 5-0. Andy's hoping the technical gremlins stay away. Something always happens. We know this happens, but something always happens. Hosker thinks tough again. They all think Villa been enchained without Gerrard playing 10 behind the ball. Yeah, they were different last week, weren't they? The shackles were definitely off. 3-0 says C. Dan Smith. Brian saying good morning. 4-3 says James. Super chat from Tampa Toon over there in the States. $5, very much appreciated. Very grateful, mate. He says, good morning, Billy. 3-1. How are you, lads? Very, very, very kind of you, Tampa Toon, for sending a super chat there. Cheers, buddy. Sky Sports Premier League. I've got to get the TV on and watch Sky Sports. Okay, you do that, mate. Stu Flyable Ray, we've got Bruno in the middle. He knows exactly what we need. Botman at the back, either can attack. Newcastle's going to win the Premier League. A fantastic hymn, indeed. Especially when sang at the Cathedral of St James. Yeah, there's lots of love going on in the tunnel at St James Park. That's on Sky Sports News at the moment. But Mansell saying Miggy Wilson and Botman to score today. See now if I can get my stream up and running. And we're there going. So we can go back to that in a second. Tampa Toon's getting lots of love for his fantastic super chat. Tony said, I think you should do a charity watch along during the commentary wearing the teeth. That isn't going to happen. Absolutely not. No way, Pedro. Jason's here. Afternoon all. Away the lads. He's saying, Oscar's saying your green screen issues for detached. Yes. I got it in the end. It just sounded strange in isolation. But I've got it in the end. Very strange username here. Come on, Toon. Good times. Mr. Sentient Phil Fitz 3-2 to Newcastle. Sky Sports Premier League saying Pope is the best goalkeeper. Afternoon to Adam. Oven chips all day, singing 4-0. Jimmy Jones, our resident West Ham supporter, is in the house also. Hi, Jimmy. Jason saying Dubravka. Brian McFadgen. We got the most points in the league for the month of October. How are the lads? Geordie Huayman, how are the lads? Hard fought 2-1 win. Good luck, Billy and Mods. Dean Mayer's here. Hi, Billy. Was in Newcastle for the first time ever last weekend. What lovely people. Come on the Toon 3-0. 100%. Jim Fowles in Canada. For years in Canada, there's nothing but despair. Couldn't watch. Now it's like being high every Saturday. 3-0, he thinks. Khaled's here from Saudi Arabia. I hope you're well, Khaled. And hello from Newcastle upon Tyne and England. Jordan saying 6-0. Up the A1 saying, hi, Billy and Toon Review crew. 3-1. Wilson, Bruno, Joe Linton. Good laughs last night on Halloween special. Yeah, we did have a bit of a giggle, didn't we? Very enjoyable. Tony saying hello to Khaled. Bottle of dog. Klopp's instruction needed with those false teeth. Halloween special was hilarious. Those teeth are impossible to speak in with. Billy Boys 302 says 3-1. 1-0 says 2-0. Rachel's welcoming Khaled. Angelica says my reasonable side says 2-1. My Danielle side says 4-0. Well, whichever. They both work for me, Angelica. Oscar says it looks jumping at the ground. I'm going to have a quick look now. The teams are kind of being announced on the screen at the moment. The teams are out, actually. Patience says 2-0. We're going to leave the comments in a bit. Nigel's here, wondering if he's going to get... I wonder if he's going to get another win this week. Nigel, after fantastic win the other week. Once again, thank you for your very kind, generous donation of the week, buddy. Looking forward to your commentary tonight. 4-2 to the Toon. I'm not even reading Sky Sports Premier League out. It's just spamming. Rungson's 5-0. He says, Tim C. Afternoon all 3-1 to the Toon. James is here. 3-0. Love you, Billy. Thank you, James. Very kind of you, sir. Samantha Irwin, I heard Richard Keys has got his job back for PG Tips, the hairy monkey. Indeed. Mitch says you were unreal last night, Billy. Love joining you for the commentary. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Mitch. It's all done for the entertainment of you beautiful people out there. Nigel says, amazing how Henderson has one good game and pundits forget all Pope's clean sheets and our defensive record. Absolutely, that's right. I agree with that. Two keeps us high gang come on the Toon. Tony sends 3-1. Pressurised Mings will make a mistake. Paul says, let's get through these quick. Afternoon, Billy come on the Toon 3-0. Hoskas is saying, wonder if it bothers him that everyone, I mean, everyone calls him Biggie. I don't think so. 6-0 says James. Toon to win 4-0. Andy says 5 points from 11 matches. This time last season, how things have changed. Eddie says, love to see Botman and Willock score today. And we're going to go over now to the game and see we're about to kick off. So, time to time, I shall kind of go back into the StreamYard app to make sure I'm still here, like I am now. Because the other week I got kicked out. Anyway, we kicked off, and Villa are going straight for the throat from kick-off, but it's been intercepted. And Newcastle can now come away with the ball with Willock. He's played it onto the left-hand side to Joe Linton, going up against Matty Cash. He's kind of been doubled up with Douglas Luiz. He's done him. He's gone back now to Willock, and Douglas Luiz gets a foot in, throw into Newcastle United. 18 seconds on the clock. Newcastle starting like a house on fire here, winning the ball immediately. Throw goes to Joe Linton. Back he goes to Dan Burn. Will he get across? He's gone for a cross. It got deflected, and Joe Linton almost intercepted. In fact, Joe Linton does get it back now, and Joe Linton's really well there. Tackle from Matty Cash, took the ball and Joe Linton's ankle at the same time. We'll get a throw in. Polish international Matty Cash, about as Polish as I am. Joe Linton's got up gingerly and I think he's okay. He's showing for the ball now. Dan Burn tried to do a trick there, took the ball off him. Long ball's gone there towards Ings, and a poor clearance from Cher. And now it's with, I think it's Watkins. Now it's on to number 10, Bendia in the box. Cross comes in. Defended well, though, by Botman. And Dan Burn cleans up. Joe Linton picks it up now. Joe Willock back to Dan Burn. Calls off Newcastle United to get the ball away. Little chip ball to no one in particular. Mings intercepts it. Now Konza. And back to Luiz and Konza in their own half. Villa short of the centre circle with Tyrone Mings. And back it goes then to the captain, Martinez. A bit of pressure coming in now from Wilson. Martinez calmly chips it away, only as far as Dan Burn. Poor head from Burn now, and Villa can clean up with Matty Cash. He goes forwards to Buendia. Matty Cash running down the line. Botman sees that and intercepts with a great sliding tackle. Burn beaten for pace there by Matty Cash, but Villa don't get anywhere because Botman was alert to the situation and cleaned up. Villa now have the ball again down the line, looking for Cash, who was offside. And it's a free kick to Newcastle in the left-back area, maybe 10 yards from the penalty area. So a bright start from both sides. Villa pressing, did quite well actually in the press there, down the right-hand side. I think it's quite obvious where they're attacking this game. They're going to go for Burn. Burn takes a free kick now. Back to Botman. Forward then to Sean Longstaff. He turns and plays it wide for Miggy Almiron. It's Trippier, actually. Trippier's looking for Almiron, but he's gone to Wilson instead. One in the air from Konza. Back it goes then to Tyrone Mings and back to Martinez in the Villa goal. He clears it long, looking for Watkins. Dan Burn wins it in the air. Joe Linton does really well there. Cuts inside, but a foot in there from the Villa player. Will come to Villa here, will it? Joe Linton should win it in the air. He does. He nods it forward. Not Martinez. Buendia. Great tackle there from Longstaff. Now to Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes out there to Miggy. Putting the ball in for Trippier. Might have overhit. He hasn't overhit. Head of Wilson just over the bar. First chance there for Newcastle United. Nice move. Nice interception from Sean Longstaff. He put Trippier, Ilmine in. He put Trippier in. The cross came into the near post where Wilson met it. It was a floaty header, no power in it, and went over the bar. That's the first shot in anger. Trippier was a great cross. Mings let Wilson go there, and if it was a little bit, if he'd have jumped a tad higher or the ball was a bit lower, he could have got some power to that, and it could have been a very dangerous situation. But the first shot in anger is Newcastle United's. 3 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock, and it's still Newcastle 0, Aston Villa 0. The clearance ain't great from Martinez. It's back now with Ashley Young, and now Mings will clear it hurriedly. To no one, there's a foul there. The referee, has he seen it? Yes, he has. Pushing the back on Bruno Guimaraes from Buendia. Yeah, Buendia pushed him in the back. Blatantly obvious. Right in front of the referee, and he's trying to claim innocence. What a cockwomble he is, Mr. Buendia. Ball's come in. There's looking to be an offside there. The referee wants the free kick to be taken again, I believe. Took the free kick without the referee's say so. Who is Paul Tierney, by the way, the referee today? I'm not sure who's in the VAR box, but this free kick will be taken again. It's about just shy of the halfway line, basically 10 yards into the Villa half. Kieran Trippier's over it. Plays it inside for Miggy. It's a bit overhit by Trippier. Miggy can't get there. May have been Wilson, in fact. But he overhit it, and the ball zips along the turf into the arms of Martinez. Trippier isn't happy with himself, but the idea was there. The press will be on. Wilson's on the keeper. Miggy's watching two on the right hand side, and Martinez has to go long, looking for Watkins in the air against Trippier. Trippier does enough to put him off. Back to Cher. Cher plays a lovely little pass in between the defenders. Now it's with Gee. That's a good little dummy from Longstaff. What's he do? He's gone to the chop in the keeper. Oh, good effort from Longstaff. Great vision. He's gone to chip the keeper from purely 50 yards out and wide on the right hand side. Martinez was out of his net, and I thought, well, what the hell is it? I thought it was a misplaced pass, but he's actually going for goal here, and it's gone about maybe 5 yards wide. But good vision, good ingenuity there from Longstaff. You've got to give him credit for that, for trying that. But of course, it went wide, and in the end, it's a goal kick to Villa. Gone to Matty Cash. Newcastle are starting to get a bit of a foothold in this game now. Conza clears it very agriculturally out for throwing. Not much technique or skill in that pass. Joe Linton has it. Quick frame from Newcastle. We've got Eddie Howe on the screen. They should be showing the football because we were progressing up the pitch there. But the cameras want to see the fantastic chiseled features of Eddie Howe rather than the actual action on the pitch. But at the minute, Dan Burn has a throw in. Back to Guimaraes and now to Joe Willock and back to Guimaraes. Made him check his stride there, slightly behind him. Now it's with Cher. Good ball there for Longstaff. Longstaff goes square for Miggy Almiron. Miggy Almiron cuts inside and plays a pass there for Willock. First time back to Guimaraes. Guimaraes now looking for a ball. He comes wide here for Joe Linton on the left-hand side. Gone forward there for Joe Willock, who's made some space. He's been closed down there by the Villa defender, who did really well, Louise, but it went out of play. But the ref didn't see that and they carry on playing. I thought that went out of play there, but didn't. Ball looking for Danny Ings, challenging the back on Danny Ings, and he gets a free kick for that foul. Still no goals, 6 minutes 30 on the clock. It's been a promising start. Villa, okay, they were a little bit, I don't know, shell-shocked at the beginning, but they're quite confident with the ball at the feet. But Newcastle are pressing really well. And there's some good football being played from Newcastle at the minute. Villa are trying to escape the press here, and they have done with Matty Cash. He's outpacing Joe Willock there, goes into the Newcastle half, comes back and plays the ball backwards for Ezri Konsa in the centre half position. He steps inside Callum Wilson and plays a long ball looking for, would be Callum Wilson. Is that Watkins? Botman steps in there. The ball will come to Villa here with Douglas Luiz in the square. Then he goes to number 32. Now Ashley Young joining the attack. Far side, Leon Bailey tries to cross it in straight into the arms of Nick Pope. And Newcastle can come again from the back. Rolled out there to Dan Burn. Dan Burn has to come backwards and does lose, in fact. Joe Willock does remarkably well to win that ball back. Bundy is claiming a handball. Shut the fuck up. Now it's with Cher over to Kieran Trippier on the right-hand side. A clever win from Longstaff. He started the game very brightly, and that's a ball I think he's offside there, Wilson. He must be. But Tyrone Mings has beaten to it anyway, and the advantage is played, and Mings brings it out. And terrible pass there, though. Now it's with Trippier. Looked for Almiron, couldn't find him. The ball now breaks to Ollie Watkins in centre circle, and he's going towards goal. Ball out wide to Leon Bailey. First touch ain't great, but Trippier gets back in and takes the ball off him. Bailey wins it back, though, and gives a free kick in the process. Still 0-0, and we're 8 minutes into the game. Could have been dangerous there, but Trippier did remarkably well to win the ball off Leon Bailey there. And Leon Bailey then fouled Trippier trying to regain the ball. Brighton have taken the lead against Chelsea. A Leandro Trossard goal after 5 minutes. Interesting start. Middlesbrough have also took the lead at Preston, by the way, if anyone's interested in championship stuff. But Nick Pope will take this goal kick. And long he goes, looking for the head of Callum Wilson against Mings. Sean Longstaff wins the ball. There's a foul there on by Miguel Almiron. I think we're going to get a throw in there to give a free kick for the high footman Miggy. Miggy with his innocent face didn't quite understand what the free kick was for. I don't think it was that high personally. I think Ashley Young ducked, but the refs give a free kick. 9 minutes on the clock, still no goals. Aston Villa looked very, very circumspect. They looked very, it's a high foot. And it wasn't Mings. It wasn't Young, it was Mings. Anyway, the free kick's been taken and Villa can come away with the ball. Ball is with Ezri Konsa, and now down here to Matty Cash. He'll go down the line. Ball finally gets to Ollie Watkins. He's playing in a deeper role today. Nice bit of football there from Buendia and Watkins. Watkins in his right-hand side. Looks for a cross. Dan Burn gets back. Guimarães cleans up. Plays a lovely little pass to Joe Linton. Joe Linton gets it down and plays a terrible pass, which is cut out by Douglas Luiz, who's sitting in front of the back four and did well to polish that up there. Villa play a long ball, looking for no one in particular. We'll go back to Nick Pope. And the ball is safely with Sven Botman now after Pope rolls it out to Bruno. Being pressurised here by Buendia. He turns and plays a fantastic ball, but slightly overhit. And out of play, Trippier couldn't keep it in. Great vision, though, from Bruno Guimarães to try and find Trippier. Bit of pressure on him from Buendia there. Villa are now back in their own half with Ezri Konsa. And now down here to number 32, who I can't remember who it is. Dendoncker, isn't it? Of course it is, Dendoncker. Ball's back with the keeper now, Martinez. Very dangerous bit of play this from Villa, but they're kind of not getting out of their own penalty area. They should do now, but the back it goes again. Should have a bit. The pressure's great for Newcastle here. They can't get anywhere, Villa. Eventually they do. It's a throw in off the foot of Joe Linton, but fantastic bit of pressure there from the Newcastle attackers to keep Villa tied in. Bit of light on the subject. See how we look now. Yeah, there we go. It's all good now. We were in the dark before. Aaron Danks there, the Villa caretaker manager, of course. He will be relinquishing charge of the team to Unai Emery next week. But after his first game, he did really well. The ball is with Newcastle. It's a throw in. Dan Burn takes it all the way back to Sven Botman. Got plenty of time to look and pick a pass out. Decides to advance a bit more. Goes to the halfway line. Plays to Dan Burn. Dan Burn down the line to Willock. We'll go back to Botman. I imagine no. Turns back to Dan Burn. And Newcastle can control the ball from deep with Fabian Schär. Got a little bit of an issue there with the blog, but we'll get back to it in a minute. Wee bit of a lag here. We'll be back with it soon, folks. Okie dokie. We'll have to go to another means of the game, unfortunately, because it looks like I'm down here. All gone down picture-wise. It's not saying good. It always happens, isn't it? Always happens. But we'll find it. We will find it. We will find it. And another way. Unbelievable. Sometimes. Let's see if we can find it, of course. It's okay, we're back in it. I don't know where we are on the clock. 13 minutes, 40 seconds, folks. I'll try and get forward a bit if I can. No, we look pretty live there. So Newcastle do have the ball. Back with the keeper, Nick Pope. And now it's down here with Dan Burn. We're in 14 minutes. Back it goes into Botman, who's being pressured. Botman does get the ball away, and it's finally fell to Kieran Trippier wide on that right hand side. He's advancing well. Miggy did start to go, but then he had to stop for the offside. Inside it goes, and that's a long stuff back out to Trippier. Nice football out from Newcastle. Nice little triangle. Trippier now waiting for the run. Doesn't get it. We'll have to come back to Bruno. Bruno's got it here. Bruno plays it all the way back to Cher. Cher's gone for a ball. That's a fantastic pass. Great vision. Miggy's in. Miggy's in the far side. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Final touch from Miggy. Out it goes for a goal kick. Not sure what he was doing there with his left foot. Didn't look for a player. Didn't look for a shot, really. It was nothing of either thing. So, but a great ball from Cher. This a fantastic pass. He's onside. But Miggy didn't have much to aim for, to be perfectly honest. The Villa did have the players back defending. Didn't have much option there. Gates have taken the lead against Solihull, but incidentally, we're still okay here. But yeah, it was a great ball from Cher. Really good vision. But Miggy, which is unusual for him lately, its final kind of decision weren't great. But he had not a lot of choice. Villa now looking to get in with Bailey behind Trippier. Trippier does well to shepherd the ball up and get it down the line. Not the greatest ball in the world. Louise does cut it out. Now it's back there with Ashley Young. Wide to Louise, now Dendonka. Dendonka, back to Louise, now back to Torren Mings and Esri Konza. Being pressured. More pressure coming here. Would be a foul there, and there was a foul there by Longstaff on Douglas Louise, trying to attempt more press. But the endeavour and the ingenuity, the energy from Newcastle is very good today. And it's a case of breaking Villa down. Villa are now on attack with Bailey. Bailey looks for a cross inside. Great slide from Grimaresh to intercept there. Otherwise, Villa would have had a chance. Wilson against Mings. He's turned Mings. Mings has pushed Wilson off there, but the referee saw it as a coming together, a physical confrontation, which Mings won, and the ball went back to the keeper. Now it's with Konza. Now Dendonka. Back to Konza again, and back to Martinez in the Villa net. Forward it goes, looking for Ashley Young on the left-hand side. He's got two men pressuring him, and Young plays it off Kieran Trippier and out for Aston Villa throw-in wide. Of wide, of course it is wide. It's a throwing in knobhead, deep in the Villa half, I should say. Young taking his time over this throw-in. Finally lobs it, looking for a Villa head, but it calls Trippier. Now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. Back now to Cher. He'll go square to Botman, and Botman can pick his pass here. He's in the middle of the park, no pressure really. Can go to Burn. He goes instead to Guimaraes. Guimaraes just almost lost control of the ball, but give it back to Sven Botman. Sven Botman, that's a great ball. Almond as well to keep it in. Heads it back to Trippier. Trippier advancing slowly. No pressure on the ball. Long ball from Trippier. It's a great one too for Joe Linton, who's on the side. Watch his control like, takes it down first time. Joe Linton tries to. Oh, he gets a shot in. Martinez took it at the second attempt. On a rebound, Wilson went in for it. Martinez doing a bit, and there's two Villa players down. There's Mings off the pitch, who's got up, and there's Martinez, who, to be honest, is known for a bit of amateur dramatics, and he's holding his face in the net. But it was a shot from Joe Linton from about just outside the penalty area. Martinez got down to well, couldn't hold it. It's a great passes from Trippier to spot Joe Linton. Cash has been caught too far inwards. Good first control from Joe Linton. He cuts inside, took it with his right. No one's touched him. I'm going to see this again now, the shot. I'm interested in seeing the contact on Martinez. It's his own play that hits him. Yeah, it's Mings. Mings collides with him. And that's why Martinez is down, holding his face, because Mings caught him. And well done to Callum Wilson for standing his ground there, because Mings tried to barge him off the ball, and Mings has come off second best there, and also he took his keeper with him. The Villa trainers are attending to Martinez in a minute. Douglas Luiz is over Martinez also. Aaron Danks is looking very pensive. If Aaron Danks walked past me in the street, I wouldn't know if he had or not. Unknown name for me. Never heard of him until last Sunday. I'm prepared to bet that although Martinez is lying flat back, prone on the floor, that he'll carry on, no problem. Douglas Luiz is signifying a substitution, so maybe we are going to see Olsen come on as the replacement substitute. He is warming up, and Douglas Luiz is signifying to the bench that they do need a sub. Interesting. If we are going to have a replacement goalkeeper here, of course there is a protocol about concussions and stuff. So if Tyrone Mings has managed to put his own player out, he is moving at least. There was a collision between him and Tyrone Mings. That's where the collision came from. It's his own play that's kind of damaged him. This has now taken 4 minutes. It must be more serious than what people think. Yeah, we're thinking it could be concussion protocols that'll take him off. Tyrone Mings is also concerned now. Well, they have to take as much time as they can with goalkeepers. Douglas Luiz seems to be having a conversation with the people in the Leeds end about how long this is taking. It's a very elaborate time-wasting scheme if he is time-wasting. Mings is okay, that's for certain. He was up pretty sharpish. And Martinez looks like he's going to be okay now. I mean, you can just sit this out for the next 15, 20 minutes, mate, if you want to. You can't take risks with blows to the face, I guess. That's the kind of message we're getting here. But he's still down injured. He's still kind of trying to come round. And this is the case. They have to take him off, surely. And now the Newcastle players are starting to get a bit impatient here. You know, Ashley Young, of course, is in the referee's face. There's no foul by any Newcastle player at all. And so now we're fixed to pictures of people in the crowd because this has been a good 4 or 5 minutes now, and Martinez is just getting to his feet now. Whether he stays in the pitch or not is another kettle of fish. Is he going to come off? Is he staying on? Looks like he's staying on, which I thought he would all along. Still, the trainer's on the pitch talking to him. I'm guessing Paul Tierney has to give him all the benefit of the doubt here because with a head injury, you can't piss around, I suppose. Look, it's you either take him off or you leave him on. What are you doing? Paul Tierney seems to think he should be going off. He's kind of indicating concussion. You should be going off, but he seems to be okay now. Well, this actual injury happened 5-6 minutes ago. Be amazing. He's going to get a drop ball, and Martinez is going to play on. So all that was just to make sure he's okay. And now Martinez picks the ball up. Nothing wrong with him. I think he's over-dramatised that, if I'm perfectly honest. And now Martinez kicks the ball away, looking for the head of Bailey. It's won by Longstaff in the air. Header over the top goes to Tyrone Mings. 2 players left to each other. Luckily, then Donker managed to recover it. Louise, I should say. He goes wide there. Ball down the line, looking for the run of Leon Bailey. He's got space, Leon Bailey. Got him behind Cher there. Nearly fell over. Ball is. Chance for Villa here. Great tackle from Botman. An absolute spectacular tackle from Botman. It's 1-0 to Villa all the way up there. All he has to do is put it into the empty net. Fantastic tackle. It was Dan Burn with a fantastic recovery tackle. And now Newcastle come on the break with Miggy Almiron. Miggy Almiron winning at Ashley Young. Goes out wide there to Trippier. Trippier's looking for a pass. Ball inside there, looking for Longstaff. Longstaff's bundled off it from Mings. And Villa can clear it with... we're getting a free kick here for some reason. Oh, we've got an injured player, Ollie Watkins. What a fantastic tackle it was. I think he may be seriously hurt because that was a great tackle. He's lying prone in the Newcastle penalty box other than the pitch. But had it not been for Dan Burn stretching his long legs and intercepting that was 1-0 to Aston Villa. Bailey went past Cher like he wasn't there. Out-muscled him. Almost could have gone down for penalty even. Squared it there. It's Ings, in fact. It's a great tackle from Dan Burn. An absolute spectacular tackle to take the ball. Cher could have been... I mean, if it goes to VAR here, we could be in trouble here. But that's a great tackle from Burn to stop the shot. But there was a shirt pull from Fabian Cher, and if VAR do start to look at it, they will see that. I think it's outside the box, though, which might save us. Yeah. 24 minutes of the game gone. Danny Ings is down injured. Very, very hefty tackle and a very good one too. Rangers 0, Aberdeen 1 in Scotland. Derby 3, Bristol Rovers 0, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, Burton 0 in their League 1 there. I mean, Danny Ings is injury prone at the best of times, isn't he? Let's be honest. So more injury problems for Aston Villa. Tony Hunter saying, however, and Bailey related, they really do look alike. Go on, Big Dan. Great tackle, says Daniil. No VAR killers, please. Yeah, if you're liking what you're seeing, folks, don't forget to give us a like on the video by hitting the thumbs up. And also, if you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. We just went over 15k this week. We're heading for 16 rapidly. Be part of the Toon Review family. And you can also do that by becoming a member, by hitting that join button. And Super Chat's also available by clicking the dollar sign. Going to be lots and lots of injury time here. The last 10 minutes, we played about a minute of it due to an injury to Martinez in the Villa goal. And now to Danny Ings lying in our goal, basically. He was about to put it into a net for 1-0 to Villa. Dan Burn saved the day with an absolute fantastic tackle. And that's the kind of thing I think Gareth Southgate, watching in the crowd, might be interested in. Danny Ings has got up. Is it? I think it's Danny Ings. It looks like Mayor Dad's on babysitting duties. He's got a lad. He's sitting next to Gareth Southgate, in fact. And yeah, the Mayor Dad's holding a disabled child. That's fantastic to see. There we go. It's still 0-0. 25 minutes have gone, but we're going to have about 10 minutes injury time at the end of this half, which is a bit disconcerting because I've got the older, definitely need a wee at half-time vibe going on. Anyway, it's Buendia that was down injured. And actually, if anyone's going to receive a hefty tackle, I'm glad it was him. Because he's been a right whinging, I said minging then, no such word, a whinging twat all first half. 26 on the clock, but, you know, it could be any time because there's that much injury time here. I'm going to have a drop ball, I think. Ashley Young again trying to referee the game. It should be a Villa ball because they'd won the ball back, but the ref did stop play. So how are we going to do this? He's going to drop it to Aston Villa. Just book him. Yeah, Ashley Young trying to referee the game for the 800th time in his career. What a prick that man is. And now the ball is cleared. Drop ball, went to Villa. This will fall for Danny Ings, and the ball ain't great because Joe Linton will get that. Well played from Joe Linton there. He's played well first half. Now it's with Bruno. That's a well played from Longstaff there because the ball wasn't great from Bruno there. Trippier has it down the line. He's looking. Yeah, not the greatest ball from Trippier. Finds its way into the concussed arms of Martinez. Looks absolutely no wrong with him. Trippier's not happy today with his passing. He's been strangely arrived with some of his balls today. He's just headed that one back into the Villa half. There was an offside flag though, and Newcastle will have a free kick. What's the ref doing here? What's the ref doing? He's lost control of the game. The ball's now been given to Martinez on the edge of his own penalty area for a free kick, but I'm not sure what for. Anyway, he's taking it long. That'll be Sven Botman's all day. Not a great header from Botman. Wouldn't back from Longstaff though. Again, I've got a bit of lag here, so we'll come out of that one, come back into it again. Brighton are 2 up against Chelsea now, incidentally. (27 and 45 on the clock. And I've got a bit of lag, so we'll come out of that for the time being and take some comments. Well, waiting to come back. Bournemouth 1, Spurs 0. Yes, that's an interesting game as well. I'm not sure that's actually true, but Loftus-Cheek's got an own goal. So, yeah, 2-0 to Brighton. Weird. Very weird. I'm trying to get pictures back here. Not happening so far. Yeah, not happening so far, folks, but we will get it back circumspectly very soon. We'll come into that and we'll see if we get it there. Just a bit of breaking play here on my stream, which is a yeah. If I can find what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're back in the game now. 29:50 on the clock. Newcastle do have the ball wide with Miggy. He's gone back looking for Share. It's with Trippier now. Trippier rolls the ball forward. Longstaff has it. Out wide then to Miggy Almiron. Hasn't yet really had a go at Ashley Young. Back to Bruno. Bruno's trying to go forward. He's got Buendia on him. Buendia looks like he's took it upon himself to mark. Ball inside there. Longstaff did well to get him behind. That's going to go for throwing to Newcastle very deep in the Villa half. Longstaff's the one that's kind of getting forward more today. Bruno's been a bit more quiet than he has been the past few weeks. Buendia took it upon himself to kind of mark him. And Longstaff's been the threat from the middle of the park today, which is good to see in some respects. Miggy has it now. Back it goes to Botman. Botman now square to Trippier, being pressured now by Bailey. Now to Miggy. Down the line it goes. It's Miggy with the cross. It ain't the greatest one in the world. Mings gets it away. Now it's with Botman. Not a great header. Bruno loses out in the air. Villa can come on a break through Dendoncker. Dendoncker wide to Bailey. Bailey cuts inside and loses the ball there to Trippier. Well played, Trippier. We're defending. Now Bruno skips inside one. Back to Miggy. Now to Trippier. Back to Miggy. Well played, Newcastle United, to get out of that little hole there. Now Longstaff wide. Right. Got to be careful. Don't run out of play. Ball inside for Wilson. Does well to do well there. Does well to do well. Sounds like Bruce Forsyth. Now Bruno strings the ball wide, looking for Joe Linton. Joe Linton takes it down on his thigh. Pressurised there. Wilson lets the ball go. Willock lets the ball go to Dunburn. Now the space for Joe Linton. Joe Linton's looking inside to Willock maybe. Now he's gone on the outside of Cash. Tried to cross it in. Didn't get any purchase on it. Ball is still with Joe Linton, and he's stepped inside. Tries to get a crossing. Gets a good one in. Martinez as well to take it at the near post. Wilson's being manhandled at the back post by Mings. Why is Martinez making out he's injured again? And once again, Martinez is lying on his back. Well, I'll tell you something, folks. I've seen some time wasting kind of. Martinez is making out he's been knocked out again. So let's just get him off the pitch. All right, 32 minutes on the clock. Second time now Martinez is down holding his head. This is a case of doing well. He did well to grab the ball. No one's near him. This is all time wasting. But Mings at the far post was manhandling Wilson. Joe Linton did well to get a yard on Cash to get the cross in. He bent it in. Martinez took it. And Mings is all over Wilson at the far post. The ball's not coming to him. But what's Martinez doing now? Is more time wasted. And again, the trainers are on. And this is the referee needs to make a decision here because Martinez is pulling he's pulling the lead here. And now the substitute Villa goalkeeper is stripping off. And he's going to come on. So Martinez has tried, and now we're going to get Olsen, the reserve Villa goalkeeper, on. Oh dear. We've seen a replay when he got injured. Oh, it's Mings' knee that's took Martinez out. Well, I've given him the 15 minutes since that happened. All right, they didn't play for all of that. Again, we're wasting time here. It's don't know if people in the chat are trying to yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Nigel says the Villa keeper's a twat. John Joe says Martinez trying to disrupt play. I need another light on here. No, wrong one. There you go. Took the wasp away. And off Martinez goes. Goodbye and good riddance, you time-wasting prick. He's walking very gingerly. He's walking like he's expected air and got water. if you catch my drift. So on comes the Villa reserve goalkeeper, who looks remarkably like a very young Keir Starmer. Yeah. Martin has decided to hug every member of his team before he got off the pitch, incidentally. And this is the manager's come onto the pitch. Alton's coming on. The number 25 reserve Villa goalkeeper. The Villa goalkeeper is wearing orange today. And here he is. And now Alton's doing a lap of honour with his teammates. Don't know how often he plays for Villa, but this can't be. Yeah, the ref needs to say get out. He's done. He's gone now. Third time lucky. Maybe next time he can really be knocked out. Says Ashley. Villa keeper needs so he's going off now. Martinez, get him off, says Daniil. You're quite right. It was all the time wasting exercise. Anyway, Alton has the ball in his hands. And his first action of the day is going to be a long punt down the pitch. Very, very accurate kick, actually. Looking for Bailey, who gets his head to it. Share now intercepts. We'll look back to Bruno Guimaraes. Got 3 on him. Can only do one thing, and that's hoof it in the air. And the ball's won by Dendonka. And now Share nods it away. Wilson will take this down on his chest. Did remarkably well there. Now Guimaraes looking for Joe Linton. Cash will get his head onto that. We'll go out of play, I think, for a Newcastle throw-in. 10 yards inside the Villa half, which will be taken by Big Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn. He's looking for an option. Joe will look square of him if he wants, but he's been marked now by. He comes instead to Bruno Guimaraes. Back to Dan Burn. Nice touch for a big man there. Back to Sven Botman. Sven Botman plays it inside for Longstaff, takes it down. Longstaff's looking for a ball. That's a great pass if he gets where it's great ball. Now it's with Miguel Mons just on the byline. Young's on him. Comes inside. That's a terrible ball from Miggy, but Willock does well to make something of it. Back to Miggy. Square ball could come here for Longstaff. No, come back to Bruno. Out to Trippier's probably the ball. It does. Trippier gets it on the right hand side. Back to Bruno. Got a little bit of space now. Cuts inside one. Goes round one this time. Ball inside the back. Looking for Longstaff. Will Longstaff's cross be any good? No, it won't. It's too deep for anyone. It's cut out on the bottom here by Big Dan Bird. Gets a foot in on Ollie Watkins. It'll be a throw in to Aston Villa. It's actually Leon Bailey. They've swapped sides. Yeah, Luke Neil Sunderland is a score. Bianca's at that game, commentate on it. But yeah, it's a bit bitty this game. Villa have come to spoil. That's absolutely certain. They've come for a point, basically. They've come to spoil. The header for Mings ain't great. Newcastle will get this back, but now it's with Mings. Mings gives it to Bruno Guimaraes. Now Joe Linton. Back to Bruno. Got a bit of space now. Can play square for Sean Longstaff. Longstaff goes wide then for Trippier. He hasn't got anyone in front of him. He's got Miggy. Good ball in for Bruno. Can he get there? It does get there, but footing from Dendonka just puts him off, and Villa can come on a break. And that's a good ball looking for Danny Ings. Danny Ings doesn't have a lot of pace. He's on the corner of the area. Botman's getting close to him now. Needs to get his hands in. Ball goes back to Leon Bailey. Bailey plays it square, edge of the area. Shot will come in. Bundia plays it wide. He wants the free kick, didn't get it. Now it's with Douglas Luiz wide on the left-hand side. Back it then comes to Ashley Young. And then the ball inside looking for Ollie Watkins. Watkins looks for the cross, stabbed away. And Newcastle will bring it away with Sean Longstaff. Now it's with Miggy, who's deep. And Miggy's coming across the pitch now. He's going through the centre circle, all the way across his left-hand side and over to Joe Linton. Joe Linton on the left-hand side being squared up by Matty Cash. Joe Linton just slightly miscontrols it, gives it to Joe Willock. Willock's now approaching the Villa penalty area, and he goes wide to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier on the right-hand side, inside to Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes will look for the ball there to Longstaff, who gives the ball away off a Villa player. Throw in to Newcastle, level with the Villa area. End-to-end stuff there. Longstaff's very prominent in everything we do at the minute, I've got to say. And it's with Miggy now, back to Trippier. Not much pressure on the ball. It's with Fabian Schär. Now it's going to come wide here to Botman. Botman's got the ball in the centre area of the defence. Long ball, looking for the run of Trippier. Whoa. What was he flagging there for? Kieran Trippier's made a run from deep, well deep. He's never offside on month Sundays. He's flagging someone that isn't interfering with play. What's the linesman doing there? That's pathetic. Pathetic. There's no way Trippier's offside there. We're going to see it now. He's flagging a man that isn't interfering with play. What? That's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Supposed to go to VAR anyway, if anything happens. But the man who was flagged wasn't even interviewing with play. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Palace are 1-up against Southampton. And odds on Edouard goal. Once again, I've got a bit of a lag. So we'll come into the chat for a second. Really disappointed with that officiating there. Really disappointed with it. 39 on the clock anyway. It's gone to exactly the same place it did before. I'll come out of that for a second. Just a wee bit of lag. Yeah, and we'll come away from that just for a split second. See what happens here. I don't agree on Burn being a weak link. Real Warrior says Rexamus Prime. Specsaver linesman says Daniel. Yeah, you're right. That was a disgraceful bit of refereeing. Well, officiating, to be perfectly honest, it was terrible. Hopefully that's all caught itself back up now and we can get back into the game. And we have 40 minutes on the clock. And the ball is with Longstaff back then to Share. Ball doesn't go to Trippier. He goes to Almiron further up the pitch. Young's that's a foul by Young all day long. Very clumsy. Kick in the back of Miggy Almiron. Ashley Young's now got the captain's armband on, incidentally. Yeah, 0-0. 40 minutes have gone. 40 minutes and 50 seconds, in fact. But there's a stack of injury time going to be played here. We've had... Yeah. Joe Linton's got it at the minute. Does really well there, Joe Linton. But in the end, doesn't do well. Miggy gets a foot in. Can Willock get here before Matty Cash? No, we can't. Matty Cash will get here. And down the line he goes. Good ball out of Bailey. They've decided to put Bailey against Burn at the minute. Well, good foot in there from Burn. Referee saw that as a free kick. Coventry have taken the lead against Blackpool. Not interested. Don't know why you lot would be. Particularly a free kick there, which is a ridiculous decision. Good tackle from Burn. And Villa do have a free kick. High up the area, high up the pitch. It's, well, say high up the pitch. It's halfway in their half. And Conza takes it, looking for Watkins on that far side. Trippier gets his foot in. If this goes over Ming's head, it didn't. He did well to get a head to it. Louise picks it up, cleans up, back to Conza. And once again, I've got a little wee bit of lag. Yeah. Wee bit of lag here. Doesn't happen often, but it has done today a couple of times on this stream. We'll come out of that for a second. We'll come back into it in a sec. Can we see Share super goal? We don't know, hasn't scored any yet. Brighton are 3-up against Chelsea. 2 own goals in that game. And we need to get at them second half. We're getting it a 0-0. Yeah, Villa have come for a 0-0, haven't they? Really bad game, but hard to play. The ball out of play with damn 2 minutes. Yeah, it's Sharvey and back on for Longstaff. Well, I think Longstaff's playing well, so I don't think that's the answer. That's all that. We'll come back in now and see if we can get a nice level picture. And we do. 43 minutes on the clock. The ball is with Sven Botman at the back. Ball for Wilson. Did well to take it down. Now it's with Willock. He's got space on the far side for Trippier. Ball across. This could be a chance for Newcastle. Another one! Great save from the keeper, Alton. Almond should have scored there. He was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Villa now only a counter-attack with Buendia in the middle, dead centre of the pitch. He's floated one out wide for Bailey here. This is the matchup they wanted. Bailey versus Burn. Bailey's cut inside. Then he's gone outside of Burn. He's got him screwed into the ground here. Burn's still with him, though. And Burn does get a foot in. And Burn does take the ball away. Now Guimaraes takes it off him. Down here for Joe Linton. Joe Linton holds it up. Back to Burn. And Burn will now clear it. Not a great clearance. He was looking for Wilson. Once again, his stream freezes. Yeah, Chelsea are spanking themselves. It's just mental, isn't it? Chance there for Almond. Should have scored really, shouldn't he? Looks like Chelsea getting brayed by Brighton, indeed. We'll go back to the game now, see if we can get ourselves back into the game. Doesn't look good at the minute, I've got to say. It's all a bit very, very, very... Right, I'm going to have to find it on my other way of doing it. Because something's gone awry with the stream that I was watching. See if I can get something here. Just to keep you all involved, because obviously no good talking to me. Right, there you go. Ten minutes of injury time, by the way, folks, and Villa have the ball. So I do have some action for you. So with my alternative way, Cash has it. Joe Linton bundles him into touch and wins a throw-in, in fact, and plays it to Guimaraes. Being pressured by Cash. Ball ain't great. Longstaff's going to have to win that. Doesn't do so. Villa can counter-attack. Great challenge by Guimaraes. Bit kind of that's Longstaff's mistake for the first half. Pushing the back from Trippier should be penalised, isn't? And it's very, 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 very scrappy. This Pope has it. He's going to clear it long. Surely he does. Over the head of everyone out for throwing. God, blimey, this ain't great at all. This ain't great at all. But Olsen has made one save from the chance that Miggy had. It was good football. Great ball from Trippier. Miggy was in. God, what's going on here? Miggy was in. On his right foot, he shot. And it was down well, Olsen to save it. Yeah. 10 minutes of injury time. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Ball is with Guimaraes deep in our half, looking for ball down the line for Wilson. Wilson will get there. Collins has gone across with him. Wilson holds up and plays it back well as well. Almond to go at Mings now. Almond should surely beat Mings. He's got two on him now. Goes outside one. Has to step back. Didn't have much support with him. Ball is in now with Guimaraes. Little chip over the top, looking at to get to Almond, and Olsen steps out and clutches it from the air. Still no goals. We've got 47 minutes on the clock. Nick Pope will let that go into his area and pick it up. Eventually, he does do that. Yeah, it's a little bowl out there to Fabian Schär. But it's been a very, 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 very frustrating first half of action. Miggy has it now. Ball down the line. Miggy will get that. And he's been pressured by Young, who kicks it out for throwing. And we've still got kind of 7.5 minutes of the first half to go, even though we're in the 47.5 minute. Miggy takes the phone quickly, back to Trippier. Now it's with Guimaraes. Guimaraes pressurised by Buendia. Back it goes to Trippier. And Trippier comes back to Schär. He'll come square to Botman. No, he doesn't. He steps inside, in fact. Then beats a player on the outside, Buendia. Still going Schär. Ball is with Wilson. Nice little layoff. Wants the ball back. Looking for Wilson in the box. It wasn't a great cross. Mings clears it. Now Young properly clears it. Buendia down the line. Terrible pass. Out for throwing. Was looking for Ollie Watkins. Was nowhere near him. Southgate must be really, really... Oh, dear me. He's sitting there next to Mairdad and Amanda, but he hasn't picked the best game to see Newcastle play for certain. The ball's with Nick Pope in the penalty area. 48 minutes on the clock. Still another 7 minutes ago yet. Foul there, but it's gone off Ashley Young's head. For a throw into Newcastle on the halfway line. Been very bitty. Aston Villa every opportunity, stopped the game. Had a player get injured. We saw it twice with Martinez, the goalkeeper, and in the end he went off. And Bruno Guimaraes has it now, down to Dan Burn, and now to Joe Willock on the left-hand side. He's having a go at Matty Cash here. Can he do him for skill? What can he do for pace? He's having a go at him on the right-hand side at the minute. Look, that's a terrible pass, Willock, but he wins it back really well. Willock's got it. Ball outside. I'm on great defending there from the Villa player on the far side. It's a great bit of defending. I think Newcastle won a penalty for this. I think he's given a penalty. I think he's given a penalty for a handball. We're going to see now. But Willock did brilliantly. He lost the ball, but won it back. Wilson then did great to feed Almiron. That's handball. It's penalty all day long. As Tierney's seen it, it's a penalty all day long. Almiron's shot on his left foot, curved. It's has it hit Young in the arm, or was it in the armpit? I think Tierney's given the penalty. VAR will look at this. I thought Tierney had given the penalty. I think he has given the penalty because there's no real kind of. Here's a penalty. He's given a penalty. So in the 50th minute of the game, Newcastle have a chance to take the lead. Handball from handball from Ashley Young from a shot from Almiron, and it's Callum Wilson. I imagine who's taking this penalty. It is Callum Wilson. He steps up. Olsen in the goal, obviously the sub-goalkeeper. Bouncing down Olsen. Callum Wilson then. Couple of spittles out of his mouth. Couple of groslers. Callum Wilson steps up. Here he comes. Wilson strikes it straight in the middle of the goal. 1-0 Newcastle. Callum Wilson. Coventry Gene. Have that. Aston Villa. You've time wasted for the whole of the first half. You've been penalised in the 51st minute. How does that feel? All right. 1-0 to Newcastle United. Even Gareth Southgate celebrating. And he used to play for Villa. Big smile on his face, actually. I wonder if you enjoyed the Callum Wilson little dink down the middle. The little Panenka. Fantastic. 1-0 Newcastle in the 51st minute of the first half. All that time wasting, Villa. We're time wasted. We're time wasted. They won't score in the 51st minute, will we? Will they? No chance. And yet, 51st minute, Callum Wilson gives it a bit of Panenka. Olsen, yeah, went to the left-hand side. Nowhere near it. Because it was right down the middle. Great penalty, Callum Wilson. What a striker this man is. Coventry Gene. Dear me. Which also, incidentally, Richard Keys has too. So we won't go any further with that. But him and Joe Linton are celebrating. Amanda was celebrating. And Gareth Southgate's got a big smile on his face. I suppose any smile he makes is a big one, isn't it? With his kind of Gareth Southgate teeth. So there you go. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. Callum Wilson penalty. Villa have restarted. The ball is with Matty Cash. Back he goes to Ezri Konza. This won't suit Newcastle because Villa will now have to come out. Olsen's cleared the ball long, looking for the head of Buendia. Botman wins it. Ball is in the. Expects a throw into Villa in the Newcastle half, just on the right hand side. Matty Cash will take it. Mateusz Kaszki. Ball is back with Olsen again. Being pressurised here, and I think it might have hit Almon in the hand. Free kick to Villa, edge of the penalty area. We've still got 2.5 minutes of the first half to go, and we've played 53 minutes. Unbelievable, isn't it? Long ball looking for Bailey. Pope should come and get that, and does. We'll be trying to see this out to half time now. Yeah, Ashley Young. What a shame. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. Shares cleared it long, looking for no one in particular. He was being pressurised there. The ball is with Dan Burn. Should nod it forward for Willock. Little foot touch there for Guimaraes. Goes past one. Brilliant play from Guimaraes. A foul there on Willock, but it wasn't given. And Guimaraes has lost, and he's lost out. It's with Ollie Watkins, centre circle. Douglas Luiz, and now down here for Mateusz Kaszki. He goes inside Joe Linton, but Willock wins the ball with a fantastic tackle. And now Joe Linton, Wilson, first time touch to Guimaraes. Now to Wilson again. Little touch inside for Joe Linton, weren't great. Longstaff cleans up, puts it out there to Trippier, wide on the right hand side. Trippier plays it to Miggy. He can come in to run down the line there. Unfortunately, Longstaff started it, then stopped it, but terrible touch there from Dendonka, and it's a throw into Newcastle. Ball inside, looking for the return there, but Mings gets a big long leg on it, long foot on it, whatever. Pope's miles out of his goal, and he's hoofed it down the middle of the park where Mings heads it away. Now Botman, the fantastic first touch. Ball, there's great. Wilson's in, 1-on-1. Wilson! But away Wilson and does 2-0 Newcastle United. Will there be a flag? Every chance. The thing hasn't gone up yet. He's not celebrating because I don't think he's onside. VAR will have to look at it surely. The flag's got to be eventually, but VAR must look at this now. Was he offside? Was he offside? Was he offside? Yeah, it's just a yard offside. I celebrated for piss all. Won't be the first time. Certainly wasn't the last. Dear me. Great finish from Wilson, though. Great finish. Went round Egil Olsen. Egil Olsen? Is that his name? Like he wasn't even there. Anyway, Villa are on the attack now with Watkins. Tackle there is a good one. Newcastle clear it away. Head there from Louise. Back now to Konza. Konza's being pressured. Now it's with Mateusz Kaszki. Forward there to a good move from Bailey, but Willard is great to get a foot in. Great tackle. And now Newcastle are breaking. It's with Guimaraes. Guimaraes will go square for Longstaff. Longstaff now looking for a pass. He'll probably go to Trippier. He does go to Trippier. 55 minutes on the clock, so we are playing overtime in injury time. And Billy Trey's busting for the urinal, I've got to say. I'm dying for a wee. The ball is now with Cher. Cher's entering the centre circle. Ball for the middle for Wilson. First time ball. Is that half time? Thank God for that. It's Newcastle United 1, Aston Villa 0. And Aston Villa have come to kill the game. They've come to time waste. They've come to do anything they can to disrupt the play. And in the end, it was their enemy because in the 51st minute of the first half, Callum Wilson scored a penalty after a handball from Ashley Young. Yeah, 1-0 to Newcastle, half time. Ashley Young is still moaning about the decision. Just give him a card, ref. Give him a card. Ashley Young, shit, always has been. Always been a really overrated player. What I'm going to do is take 5 so I can go to the toilet. But what I will do is give you our merchandise video to watch. How about that? This is all available on our website.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Let's get down to business.
Let's do some comments. Let's do some comments, shall we? Villa have done all right, to be fair. Yeah. I don't think they have. I think they've come to kill the game. Chelsea and Tottenham both losing. That's good for us. That's putting us up to 3rd, isn't it, at the minute? Anthony says that's the whistle time for... Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I was dying. That extra 10 minutes killed me. Nigel says 1-0 up. Second half will be a different beast. Villa can't time waste now. Yeah, I'm interested in that, Clark, because they've come to kill the game, haven't they? I don't think they've done much in attack. They had possibly one chance that they could have scored from, and a fantastic tackle from Dan Burn stopped it. But it ain't great to watch. But having said that, why should they make it great for our team to watch? They've come for points, haven't they? So if it stays like this, points-wise, we go above Spurs for 3rd. Indeed, Julie, that's the aim. Decent game plan from Villa, to be fair, trying to frustrate us, making it a stop-start game. Yeah. I don't think the referee should be allowing them to do it that much, though. Bong-eyed Bill says, might as well be a mile offside than an inch. Yeah, might as well. Mike Trembath, let's be honest, the game's been hampered by injuries, stoppages, and time wasting. Well, deservedly won a lot more open game second half. I think you're right. I think it will be a better game second half. They'll have to come out. They're under pressure now to attack, so I can see a Miggy goal with his pace when they are stretched. Yeah, if we tighten up our passing second half, we can make this comfortable. I agree with you, Geordie. Some of it's been not good. But I think Longstaff's been outstanding, I've got to say, once again. As it stands, with third, says John Joe, indeed. 2 own goals for Chelsea. Yes, Loftus-Cheek got one. Chalobah got one. I'm going to have a drink of water, which is strange after I've just been to the toilet. That feels so thirsty. 2 own goals. Yes, Gavin. It's a Brighton 3 up at half time. No wonder they want Bruno on their side. Unfortunately, he ain't going nowhere. Dan and Target. You think Dan Bunch should go off? I'm not sure about that. They have to go forward now. Godfrey Goatfather says. JD says up the mighty Mags. Iconic Game says Miggy Almon's on fire. Would love to see him score his game. Well, there's every chance of it. They've got to come out a little bit now. Big 6 is false. Big 7 true. Says Hora Rivaro. Not the greatest word for me to pronounce with my Jonathan Ross diction. Gaz3K says crazy that we're in third at the minute. Barney Rubble says we're a proper side who can manage games depending on circumstances. That is a class team. Hopefully beat these Villa fans be crying on social media like usual. Ref's pin his whistle must be knackered, says Grim Trousers. Yeah, it must be. Up the Toon says JD Swan Savage. JJ Swan Savage, sorry. Mispronunciation of your name there. Tony says, no, they have come to kill the game. Young should be off for what's that? Oh, a dog so. Deliberate something. I don't know. And no one says we've been a little bit sloppy, to be honest. Second half will be different. Villa can't kill the clock. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. Chelsea 3 down, says Gaz. Tim says they had a game plan and waste time and we will blast them in the second half. Let's hope so. Mike says Mings looks like he runs around the pitch saying, don't touch my baseball, and his hair is his crash helmet. Interesting. Hora says, now we are third in the league. Well, we are, besides moment in time. I enjoyed Hairy Hands having to say Toon. Toon a third there. Yeah. Anders says all the game, but as long as we win, we can live with it. Absolutely, 100%. Barney says Winger of the highest order is Young. Always has been. And you know what? He's someone that thinks he's a legend in his own lunchtime, isn't he? I've never rated him. I've never liked him. Rove says, don't forget to hit the likes, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and press the notification bell to get notifications when uploads and live shows are on. And donate via the super chat by pressing the $. Couldn't have said it better myself, Rach. Thank you very much. Yeah. Andrew says, does anyone know what tune the referee was whistling? Maybe shit on the Villa. I don't know. I hope so. Clark said they've worked hard and disrupted our midfield. Still a precarious game. Hopefully some subs will change things. They have. They've plonked Buendia. I don't understand what you're saying now. They've kind of give Buendia a defensive role on Bruno, and Bruno's not been as good this week, has he? It's not been as visible, let's say. And in fact, Longstaff stepped into the fray. I think he's been superb first half, Longstaff. Yeah, and Joe Linton's played well too. Willock's done little flashes. Part of him is the reason why that goal was scored. He lost the ball, but won it back with a fantastic bit of determination. And in the end, it ended up with a handball from Ashley Young over in the penalty area there. So black and white hearts from Ronald again. The ref is spoiling the game, says Geordie Rick. Conte is getting sacked in the morning, says Adam. Villa would be crying like Spurs, especially the way Kane was throwing his toys out the pram like an absolute wet sock, says Carol. Yes. The officials are terrible, says Tim C. I'll come back to that in a second. I need to try and get back into this stream, see if it works on the other side now. Yeah, looks like I'm back in there, so that's cool. We'll keep it on that one if we have to, and we'll put that back where it was before. We can always come back to that one, because that was cool. Probably shouldn't risk this, really, but there we go. We'll take that off there. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And then we've got the scores coming up as we see them. Fantastic. All good. Longstaff's playing class, says Make It With Master. I agree with you. I think he's been our best player. Strangely enough. Iconics Gaming says definitely think take Willock off for ASM, drop into CM. And Billy's your uncle. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Willock's been quiet, but he's been, when it needed to be there, he stepped in. Do you know what I mean? The goal was down to him winning the ball back. Okay, lost it in the first place. But when it's mattered, he's kind of been there. Do you know what I'm saying? Quite the rest of the game, but they can't play the same in the second half, surely. Chelsea have scored, by the way, beginning of the second half. So it's now 3-1. Alexander, ref is giving Villa way too many soft fouls. Would love to see Maxi for added pace. Let's put the game to bed. Arsie says, shows that all we do is compete with who's in front of us. And the other can make their own errors. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I agree with that. When Schaefer pings the long passes. Schaefer? I'm guessing he thinks Schaefer's cool, though. 7 for him and we will smash him second half. I'm not sure he's a weak link, to be honest. I think he's, as I say, when it matters, he's there. We're going to win the league, says Michael. Foxy, I agree with Fox here. We have to keep an eye on Bailey second half. He's turned Burn and Share a few times now. He has, yeah. And he could have gone down, couldn't he? Let's be honest. Kai Havertz is the scorer for Chelsea, incidentally. He could have gone down, but I think he might have just been outside the area. But that Dan Burn tackle that stopped the goal, well, stopped the shot on goal. I mean, it looked like a goal to me from where it was coming from. Dan Burn did remarkably well. Fantastic tackle. Magic Mouse up to third at the minute. Williams says, I love that Young was continuing to complain about the handball. Yeah, he's a twat. Absolute tosser. Kill the game off in the second half, says Barney. Joe Linton's for Maxi, he thinks, Al. Well, the ref allowed it in the first half, so God knows. Keith says Villa spawned the game mostly. Ref hasn't helped with soft free kicks. They've been sent out to shit out at half and nick something on the break. Nearly had a few chances to do so. Hope we smash them. Was it an assist for Mighty 2? I don't know. That works with penalties for assists. Bournemouth are 2 up against Tottenham, by the way. Kiefer Moore scored the second goal. So, good day to keep a lead, lads. Good, ladies and lads and lasses. Good day to keep a lead because top 3 is on the way. But look at it. Good to see Miggy shoot with his right, Alan. Goals galore, second half. Where are staff, Billy? The whole Prem hates us. We came back after the takeout and start to climb the league so quick. Nigel says, I want to know why VR didn't get involved with Martinez's fake injury. 0 contact from his own player. No, he didn't. He got a knee in the head, mate. He definitely got a knee in the head from Mings. The second one was a bit odd. He must have still been concussed. So, in my opinion, it's the Villa backroom stuff that haven't basically got him off the pitch because they should have done. We are unstoppable. We have the most complete team. Tony's going to tell me what that dog show stands for now, which I'm pleased to hear. Yeah. Right, here we go. Denying a goal or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Right, gotcha. Would have given a red card just for being Ashley Young, personally. Mike says, you're doing a great job, Billy. Now you can have a smashing second half, indeed. Koziars needs a 3-1 for 130 quid. Yeah, interesting. Where's the mouse gone? Here it is. Lose. Right, we've got some new comments in. I've had a skipper there. I've had a skipper. Yeah, Bournemouth are 2 up. Willock says Willock isn't fully. Willock says it. No, he doesn't. Palace currently 1 up against Southampton, of course. Dan says Willock isn't fully fit, I don't think, but is making crucial blocks, so not terrible. I agree. I think he's been okay. I'll keep getting nosebleeds, says Johnson Street. IEMD. I think I'm suffering from altitude sickness. We are third in the league. Says Lewis. Well, we're not in the moment. We need to finish this game off in the same manner and hope that the results stay the same everywhere else. And yes, we will be third in the league. You're quite right. ASM will get space for the others, which could be vital to kill the game off and get us the cushion. Last 30. Jake says he'd love to see Callum at the World Cup. Conte definitely getting sacked as Magic Mole. Joe Linton is breaking everything up in midfield. He's been fantastic today. If the Brazil manager is there, then he'll be very impressed, I think, with what he's seen from Joe Linton. I'd have a look at Elliot Anderson in the second half. He's not on the bench, mate, so that's out the window. Gone. James says, we're going to jinx it if you say third in the league. I'm not saying it, so I'm only reading your comments. Like your video, says James. Yeah, just give us a like. Yeah, do that. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. League's falling in our lap, says Nige. Come on, black and white. Haha, says Rungson. Hey from Slovenia. Hello, Alex from Slovenia. Hope you're well. Give us a like and a subscribe. Anderson isn't on the bench. Yeah, that's right. Are we back on yet? Let's have a look. No, we're still not quite on yet. It's going to be 4:10. We're not in yet. So, you know, this is very, very odd. Here we are on. I just haven't got... Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know. Put you in timeout. Sorry, mate. It's probably the capital letters. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. No one isn't subbed in this entire chat. Hey, mate, says Chairs. Hi, Chairs. Hope you well, mate. Geordie's top dogs. So the players are back in the tunnel now. We're going to get game going at something like 12, 30 minutes past 4, which is 75 minutes. And am I behind? Am I behind, folks? Someone answer the question, because it seems like a very long time. Yeah, it's going to be very long. So am I behind? Come on, you know, I don't think I am. If I'm perfectly honest, I don't think I am. Players come back out the second half. Villa have to come at it now. They do have players on the bench, mind, don't they? Coutinho's on the bench, isn't he? So we'll have to see if they come out a bit more. But Newcastle will have the centre start, the restart kick, attacking the Gallagate second half, which is our usual way of playing. The yellow Nike football waiting to be tapped into play to start the second half. Finally. And off we go. And the ball is back with Fabian Schär. Long ball, which picks out Callum Wilson. Chest back to Joe Willock. Not a great ball from Joe Willock. And Wilson doesn't get to that. Gives a free kick away. Foul on Douglas Luiz. Villa have already taken it. Mings goes back to Olsen in the Villa goal. The replacement for Emiliano Martinez. And the ball's cleared down the pitch looking for Bailey. But Byrne wins that in the air. Is fouled. Backed into there. And Byrne looks very, 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 very sore. Didn't know Dan Byrne had a tattoo on his thigh, but it's very apparent to us now that he has. Well, that's bad from Watkins. He knows what he's doing there. Yeah. Ollie Watkins, the Poundland Callum Wilson. Anyway, the ball is back with the goalkeeper again, Olsen. Brentford are one up against Wolves, incidentally, if you wanted to know that. Bend me, shape me any way you want me goal. Olsen's cleared it down the pitch, looking for the head of... Well, it looks like he was looking for Danny Ings, but he's lost it in the air. Big challenge there in the air from Luiz. The Villa taking control of the ball. Young, God, I don't know who that's to. Going to run out of play for a goal kick. I think it does indeed. Shepherded out by Fab Schär. Spurs have got a goal back. Ryan Sessegnon has scored for them. So it's 2-1 down there at Bournemouth. So things not looking so good so far. Second half as what they did in the first half. But if things remain the same, we'll be going third tonight, folks. Nick Pope with a goal kick. I need to take that off, don't I? Hide current comment. Yes. And down the pitch it goes, looking for the head of Joe Linton. And he gets it, in fact. Wilson is on it in the chest. Got Konsa up his arse. But the ball ain't great. Luiz intercepts it and gives it to Bailey. Bailey's cut all the way inside, over now to they've lost out there. Bailey's lost out. Now it's with Wilson. Wilson could come for Almiron. He's going to lose out there. Well anticipated by Buendia. Buendia did well to get back in there. Young now back to Olsen. Pressure should come in from Wilson here, but doesn't. And Olsen clears it long, looking for Adani Ings. Fabian Schär lets it go over his head and then runs back and plays it back to Nick Pope, who first times down the pitch, looking for Longstaff. Mings, clash of heads here. Referee will stop play. Clash of heads between Sean Longstaff and Tyrone Mings. Tyrone Mings not got much in his head. He's straight up. But Longstaff is holding his head down on the floor. And we'll have a bit of a break in play. Just for a change, Wolves have equalised at Brentford, a Ruben Neves goal. If you're interested in that kind of game, Rangers of 3-1 up against Aberdeen. But Longstaff is down, holding his head. Once again, Ashley Young's getting involved. It's a clash of heads, you fucking idiot. Excuse my French. Trippier's open. This looks like a bad one, actually. Oh, dear me. Whoa, that's a bad one. Be amazed there isn't any claret on show here. Be amazed. Mings is coming off. They're both coming. They're both up and walking okay. So I think they're just going to come back on again, off the pitch and on again. Colossal clash of heads though. Both are okay. Mings is still directing traffic from off the pitch, which is commendable to him, because he ain't the best when he's a compass mentis. But on they're both coming at the same time, and the ball is back with the Villa goalkeeper. At his feet, actually, Olsen. He goes long, looking for. Well, it's Sven Botman wins it. Willock with a little flick for Joe Linton. Will he keep that in? In fact, he nods it down the line for Willock. Does really well, but I think he's gone out of play. Throw into Aston Villa, just short of the halfway line as they're concerned. Mateusz Kaszki has it. Cash has rolled it in. Not a great touch there. Willock has it now. Little flick over the top. Mings is intercepted well. Now Cash clears it. And down the pitch it comes. Taken down by Botman this time. And a little cool ball for Joe Linton. Gone on Ace with a little flick. Joe Linton played Bruno in a bit of trouble there, actually, to be perfectly honest. He had nowhere to go. But Villa are on the attack now with Buendia. Little ball inside for Douglas Luiz coming forward. Foot in there, and Newcastle win the ball. Joe Linton has it now. Comes inside Luiz. Makes him look a mug. Great bit of play from Joe Linton. Now it's square then to Longstaff. Longstaff, floaty ball over the top. It's a good one too. No, it's not. It's over hit. Looked good in the air, but it was, back to Olsen in the goal. But we don't mind Longstaff trying them kind of balls. It was a good vision. And Villa now come away with Luiz. Luiz gives the ball straight away to Schär. Schär intercepts. Schär's gone forward here. For left side ball, looking for Wilson. Schär's continues his run. Not going to get to him. Almiron gets the ball instead. Now it's with Bruno. Bruno's got a lovely ball on the far side for Joe Linton. He spots him too and picks him out with a great ball on his chest. He takes it down. Backed up there by Cash. Cash is on his case. Joe Linton does brilliantly well, but the cross is slightly over here and Olsen can catch it and immediately get Villa on the front foot with the ball, looking for the run of Bailey. Botman did brilliantly to get across there because, actually it was Watkins. But Watkins was through. Bruno coming more into the game in the second half, folks, which is good to see. Villa should be coming out of their shell a bit more to try and stretch the game and get a goal back, get game back into it. So that will leave gaps for us to exploit, hopefully. At the moment, it's with Buendia in the middle of the park, back then to Dendonka, back to Tyrone Mings in the centre half position with Villa, down then for Ashley Young. Down the line, he'll look for Bailey, but it's headed away from Trippier. Now it's with Longstaff. Ball for Wilson. Wilson's going to get fouled here. No, he isn't. Bruno just hits it anywhere, but really, again, it's hospital pass. But now it's with Longstaff. Little flick for Willock. Could go wide for Joe Linton. Does do. And Joe Linton's now against Cash. He's got nowhere to go, really, so it goes back to Willock. This should come to Bruno. Bruno picks up, got a play on him. Comes inside, goes outside Buendia. Buendia's still on him, though. A ball inside for Longstaff. Good shooting distance here. Longstaff deflected off Mings. Nodded down then to Trippier. The right side. Now Almiron. Permanent pressure. Not a good ball from Almiron. He was looking for the ball to Trippier. But misplaced the pass. Went into touch. But Mings brave there, getting in the way of the Longstaff shot. We're going to have a throw into Villa deep in their half. And I think Villa are making changes now? They're telling them to play on. Ings has tried to keep it in, does do so, and it's nodded back calmly from Botman to the keeper. I'm just watching Fabian Shea. He's walking very gingerly down the bottom here once again. But he's jogging now. He will get the ball. He may get the ball. Pope's going to go long. And Pope does go long, looking for Almiron in the air against Young. Over the top it goes. It's a throw into Newcastle. It come off the head of Ashley Young. And a throw in it'll beat Newcastle halfway in the Villa half on the right-hand side. Might be for a foul. I don't know if Mings has done something to Miggy here. Miggy's holding his face and he's lying on the floor. And now he's been pulled up by Leon Bailey. We'll see this now. Oh, Mings pushed him over. Mings pushed him over off the pitch. Yeah. All a bit handbags. And anyway, Newcastle on the attack again, but now it's going to be totally sliced out of play by Tyrone Mings. I'm sure he was aiming for more ground than that. It's gone about a yard from where he was standing. And it'll be a throw into Newcastle, level with the Villa penalty area. On the right-hand side, and Kieran Trippier will take it. Trippier's got Longstaff making room for him. He's gone back instead for Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär cuts, looking for a floaty ball to the far side. Needs a flick on from Willock, doesn't get it. And back it will go to Olsen in the Villa goal. Had Willock got a flick on that, he put Joe Linton clean through. Burns' header ain't brilliant. Buendia has got it, and Bruno's just physically him off the ball. It's Joe Linton, in fact. Brilliant from Joe Linton. Been superb. Little back foot for Bruno Guimaraes. He steps inside one, looking for a ball over the top, looking for Wilson for the middle, but Collins does mop that up, and now Villa come away with Ashley Young. Square to Douglas Luiz, just shy of the halfway line. Backwards he goes. He's gone square, in fact, for Dendonka, and then over the far side for Mateusz Kaszki. Mateusz Kaszki back to Ezri Konza. He's getting pressure from Joe Willock. Now the ball for Douglas Luiz, who gives it away, but unfortunately Bruno couldn't control it. Out for thrown to Villa on the halfway line, which Cash takes and gives it to Ollie Watkins. Continues his run. Dan Burn then sticks a foot out, intercepts across. Joe Willock did fantastically well to get in there. So it should be a Newcastle ball, that. Gone the other way. It's a foul, though, I thought. But Joe Linton and Willock did really well there to mop up there in a defensive role. And Newcastle got the ball back. It's with Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes will go up to Longstaff. Longstaff's got a man on him now, but he does well to get away. Trippier does really well to keep it in stride. He will go to Almiron Ward on the right-hand side. We know he's going to cut inside, so back he goes now to Bruno. Bruno's one. That's a great little 1-2. Miggy's in on the far side. Nods it inside. And Mings knocks it out for corner when it was going to go into the goalkeeper's arms. Fantastic pass from Bruno Guimaraes there to set the running Miguel Almiron free. But in the end, he ran out of space. Just got a head on it to keep it in play. It was about to be picked up by the keeper. Tyrone Mings took no chances and put it away for a corner, which will be taken by Kieran Trippier. Let's see what the delivery is like. Can this be the second goal for Newcastle United? So Trippier's there with a corner. Lots of big men. It's gone short to Miggy. It's come short. Miggy, little back foot for Trippier. Little chip across. Wilson! 2-0! 2-0 Newcastle United. Callum Wilson with a double. 2-0. Have it! Third in the table looks distinctly possible, people. We've taken a 2-0 lead against a very, very, very negative Aston Villa side. Let's say that. And the Newcastle fans are waving the scarves. They're very happy. 2-0 Newcastle. It's fantastic to see. It really is. Callum Wilson proving himself in front of Gareth Southgate, in fact. What a great goal. This is a great corner, by the way. Great cross from Trippier. And Wilson could hardly miss from there. Even Odd scored that one. But you have to be there to knock it in. And he's a good jump, and he put it in the corner of the net. Callum Wilson, being a Coventry lad, will be very happy to be scoring against Aston Villa. Of course he will. Of course he will. 2-0 Newcastle. A VAR looking at this for some reason now. What? Oh, they're checking an offside. It's not offside. It really isn't. The ball's come backwards for starters. Callum Wilson's behind. Yeah, it's never offside in a month of Sundays. What are you checking that for? Any excuse, isn't it? Pathetic. Pathetic to even look at that. Unbelievable that they're actually looking at this. It's not offside. No offside offence. Of course it isn't. They're trying to flag Dan Burn for it, but absolute nonsense. Anyway, 2-0 Newcastle. They're trying to spoil the thunder there, the officials, but not having a word of that. And the ball is back in play now anyway. It's with Buendia. He's floated it out wide here for Leon Bailey, who's going at Longstaff at the minute. Little foot in for Miggy. Now it's with Ashley Young. Miggy goes to him again. Ashley Young tries to do a bit of trickery and gets nowhere because he's shit. Now it's with, oh dear me, Kieran Trippier, that was terrible. Give it straight to Leon Bailey, but then it was taken away from him from the fantastic Sean Longstaff. And now the ball's given away again. This time it was from Miggy, but eventually the ball will get cleared. It's with Cher. He plays it calmly to Miggy. Little ball inside for Trippier. Not there, Trippier. And he's given the ball away in the edge of their own area. There's a free kick here for Villa. No, it's not been given. Willock now to Wilson. Got 4 against 3 here. Let's play this right. We should be good. It's with Willock. Ball. That's a terrible pass from Willock. Will come to Wilson. It's saved. Willock, that's a goal. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. It's Joe Linton. And I think this might go to VAR. There could be a VAR decision here offside. But Joe Linton's he's gone straight into the Gallagate. But I think this will go to VAR. I'm pretty certain it will. I'll be amazed if VAR don't look at this. If they look at the last one, they'll be looking at this. The Newcastle players are all over Joe Linton. They're all in the corner of the ground, the Strawberry Corner, celebrating. But Joe Linton's bagged his first goal for a few weeks, and it's 3-0 to Newcastle. VAR, I'm looking at this. I'm not sure. I'm sure they will. Crikey, I'm sure they will. Joe Linton's looking to the crowd. He's in front of the Brazilian manager, of course. Right. So how far are we going back? Willock got to here. Ball then, it was 4 against 3. So we had to make something of this. Wilson played it to Willock. Willock's passed to Joe Linton. He's on the side there. No foul there. He's very tight, this one. Very tight with Joe Linton's offside when Callum Wilson shot. Very tight. There's Wilson's shot saved. The rebound came off Olsen straight to Joe Linton. But they must be looking at the offside here. They must be. Because it's very tight. Very tight. They've got to look, I'm sure they'll look at this. They don't seem to be at the minute, but it's a very, very tight one. But a great rebound goal from Joe Linton. Are VAR looking? I'm not even sure they are. We haven't restarted play yet. So, well, Villa are making changes and they have restarted play. So, yeah, the goal's given. It's 3-0 and we can celebrate properly. Coutinho's coming on now. I'm amazed, actually, the lines didn't come out for that because it looked very tight. The Wilson shot. Off goes Buendia. He's been absolutely dog shit. On comes Philip Coutinho. Much better player than Buendia. And let's see if he can give it a bit of good fortune. Hopefully not. And also Jacob Ramsey's on 3-0 down. 60 minutes on the clock, by the way, folks. Villa have kicked off. It is a goal from Joe Linton. I'm just amazed at that. Look at that. Still, Villa on the attack now. On the far side, it's with, I think it might be Coutinho. Now inside looking, but Bruno Guimaraes gets a foot in. Now Longstaff. The imperious Longstaff today. Lovely pass there from Botman. Sees Willock. Willock's looking for a ball over the top here. Will he get there? No. Young gets into it and heads out for a throw-in. Amazed they've kept Ashley Young on, to be honest, because he's been dog shit as well. They've got Lucas Digne on the bench. I don't think Aaron Danks really covering himself with glory there. Unless they want a leadership figure on the pitch, but Ashley Young couldn't lead a dog to water, to be honest, if that's even a saying. But there's a man on screen who can, Mr. Edward Howe. Once again, been fantastic. And Newcastle have the ball deep in the centre circle, actually. Say deep. Ball's now with Dan Burn, who's been very good today also. Wide now it goes to Joe Linton. Ball through for the on-rushing Willock. Got a bit of space here, Willock. He's been marked up there, but Dendonker's gone past Dendonker like he wasn't there. Now he's done one of them shots he did at Old Trafford the other week, about 500 feet in the air. All the approach play was fantastic. It's just that final shot that wasn't. We'll come back into stream. I'm still there with you. Nearly 900 in the chat, folks. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, give us a like. Amanda's on the text to somebody. Maydad's looking very happy. I don't know where Gareth Southgate is. I wonder if he's still there or not. But Amanda's very happy. She's got a black and white scarf on. And Maydad's in his Newcastle United club coat. The Castore one. Wonder how long it got him to get that. It took him to get that. The ball is with Fabian Schär in the penalty area. No pressure on him. Kieran Trippier now. This could get messy for Villa now. Anyway, Douglas Luiz steps in on Sean Longstaff and clears it for a throw-in. Aaron Danks picks him up. Ball is with Bruno Guimaraes. Outside of the foot pass there to Burn. Clumsily takes it down. It's actually Joe Linton with that little outside. And that's terrible from Willock there, giving the ball away. But even worse from Villa. They give it straight back to Sven Botman, who comes inside for Bruno Guimaraes. We find him get his foot on the ball and a bit of decorum comes to the game. Great ball to Joe Linton. Wide for Joe Willock. Joe Willock down the line looking for the win of Callum Wilson. Across comes Tyrone Mings. He squares him up. Callum Wilson comes back. Wilson will just play it backwards there for Joe Willock again. Joe Willock will go against Tyrone Mings. Cross comes in. No Tyrone Mings. Joe Linton knocks it back. Wilson will get a volley at this. Will he? No, he won't. Joe Linton in the air again. Now Chess it's not coming down for Newcastle to get a shot in. But Trippier plays it fantastically, calmly back to Sven Botman. Now square to Fabian Schär. This is a good Newcastle United performance again, folks. This is a good Newcastle United side. We're seeing action here. So much difference to what we've been used to. And just takes it back to the days of Sir Bobby Robson and Kevin Keegan. Some of the football we're playing today against a side that have come to spoil and kill us off hasn't worked. Miggy has it wide on this right-hand side. Back to Kieran Trippier. Bit of pressure from two players. Inside he goes for Bruno. He turns and plays a lovely pass there to Miggy on his left foot. Got the ball in. Wilson dummies it. Good clearance actually from Konza. And Fabian Schär does remarkably, fantastically well to keep possession of the ball. Gives it to Botman. Bruno's come deep to get it again. Bruno's going forward. Will he go past 2, past 3? He does go past 2, past 3, but in the end he loses it. And Mings is coming away with the ball. Mings is motoring forward like a asthmatic donkey. He's fouled there by Joe Linton. There'll be a free kick to Villa. And he'll get a free kick. Might be a yellow card for Joe Linton for that. And if it is, it'll mean he misses next week's game, of course, against whoever it may be. Southampton, is it next week? I think Joe Linton's getting a yellow card for that. Indeed so. That's a ban for Joe Linton. But it's all right because ASM's back. But it does leave a shine in the middle of the park. Yeah, it's a yellow card offence. He stopped the asthmatic three-legged tortoise motoring forward. So Linton stepped across him, pushed him over. Took one for the team. Unfortunately, it means he'll miss next week's game, I think. So Villa now on the attack on the far side. That's disgusting play from I think it's Ollie Watkins out there. Total lack of concentration. Failed to control the ball on the ground. Went straight into his feet. Mateus Kashke's applauding him for some reason. Get your chin up, Ollie. Poundland Ollie, Callum Wilson. Out for throwing it goes, though. And that's poor play from the England international. But he was an England international. Anyway, thrown to Villa, taken. Coutinho, well watched from Dan Burn, intercepted well. Joe Linton inside. Now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. He plays a ball, screws it out here for Kieran Trippier. He'll come straight down for Miggy. And Miggy can have a run at Wilson. A good run in there from Longstaff. But Mings has gone with him. Mings did well to see the danger there, come across and cut it out and play the ball away to Jacob Ramsey. And now Ashley Young back to Jacob Ramsey. Probably going to come back to Mings. He does. Mings is intercepted by the fantastic win in there of Miggy. And out for throw into Villa. 66 minutes on the clock, folks. It's Newcastle United 3, Aston Villa 0. And Miggy's Miggy's down. Lots of concussion going on today. We've still got 24 minutes, probably longer than that with injury time. So we're not going to be finished here until nearly 5 o'clock. And that's down to the 10 minutes injury time we had in the first half, of course. Longstaff back to Sven Botman. Been really, really impressed with Sean Longstaff today. Can't say it enough. Been superb. Botman wide there to Dan Burn. Another one that's played well. Dan Burn in front of the watching England manager. Dan Burn's cut inside. He's done a bit of skillful play there from Dan Burn. That's a poor ball. But Miggy didn't want to make something of it. Miggy's on his left foot. Want to bend it. What a goal. Miguel Almiron's done it again. He's done it again. It's another goal of the month. It's another goal of the month contender. He's curved it in from 25 yards into the far corner. This man is on fire. Indeed he is. An absolute fantastic strike from the Paraguayan. Brilliant goal. Absolutely fantastic. No goalkeeper in the world is stopping that, let alone Villa's reserve goalkeeper. What a fantastic goal that is. He's just making a name for himself week in, week out, with superb goal after superb goal. And if Amanda and Maynard are watching, time to give him a new contract, folks, because that guy is special. He really is. Unbelievable goal. Unbelievable run of form. What a fantastic strike that is. The man's left foot's almost as good as mine. Burn to Wilson to Miggy on his left foot, cut aside Ashley Young and bent it into the fucking top corner. What a goal that is. Unbelievable. Crikey O'Reilly. If he's not player of the month in October, then I'm a Dutchman. And if Eddie Howe isn't manager of the month in October, I'm a Dutchman. That is an absolutely spectacular strike from the genius of this side on the right-hand side, Miguel Almiron. Superb goal. Superb goal. What a strike. God, blimey. Seems to be saying it week in, week out. We're describing the same goal. He scored that goal against, I think he scored it against Fulham. No, he didn't do it against Fulham, did he? Brentford, he certainly did. Everton, he did. It's unbelievable. Villa coming forward again now. Again. I'll say again in inverted commas. The ball is with Joe Linton on the wide left side. 4-0 to Newcastle. It's a cakewalk. Bruno Guimaraes. We're going for more here. Great ball down the line. Looking for Joe Willock. Joe Willock's got it. He's got plenty of space. Mings goes to eventually. Didn't know where to go from or not. Willock's got him on toast here. Back he goes to Wilson. He'll want a hat-trick before he goes off the pitch. I'm sure he'll be coming off soon. And they got in each other's way there. Bruno got in the way of the pass. And now it's... who's just clear? Is it Tyler Mings again? No, it's not. It's Ollie Watkins. That's awful from Watkins. Serious to God. Not a clue what he's doing. If I was an Aston Villa supporter, I would be very, very disappointed with this performance. Certain players just haven't got a clue what they're doing. But Newcastle have a throw-in just short of the halfway line. 4-0. These are the things that dreams are made of. Yeah. John McGinn's on. And Matt Targett's coming on. Just to take the piss a little bit more. McGinn and Digny are on, and I think Jacob Murphy's also coming on. They're taking Coutinho off. Are they? No, they're not. Surely not. They can't be taking Coutinho once Engines come on. Am I saying things right here? No, he's gone back on again. I saw the 23 go up and Coutinho went off. Wilson's coming off. He wants a hat-trick, but he's coming off. Joe Willock's certainly coming off. Yep, Joe Willock's certainly coming off. And Murphy comes on for him. I don't think Wilson is going off, by the way. Who's going to come off for Matt Targett to come on? It's Sven Botman. Sven Botman's coming off. And Matt Targett will slip in at left back. Dan Burn will move into the centre. This might be all about giving Dan Burn a bit of a shop window for the England manager. I'm not sure, but at 4-0, who knows? Anyway, we do lose a bit of quality at the back, passing-wise as well. But we'll see what happens now. But that's great play. Looking for Target. He did brilliantly well to win the ball there, but Villa were at 6s and 7s here. Despite playing 4 defenders and 2 sat in front of them, they were at 6s and 7s. Bruno stepped. That's a foul. Referee didn't give it. Definitely a foul on Bruno there, but Villa do have the ball with Douglas Luiz. Just in the centre circle now, it's with Jacob Ramsey. Back it goes then to Tyrone Mings. Forward looking for Ollie Watkins, who's been absolutely dog shit today. Got to say. They're better off playing Ollie Reid. I don't know about Ollie Watkins. Luton won, Sunderland won. Elliot Embleton scored for Sunderland. You can't be shit. Bruno Guimaraes has it. Bruno's going to go square to Target. Target has it. 71 on the clock. Still Newcastle 4, Villa 0. 2 goals from Wilson. 1 from Joe Linton. And an absolute weekly screamer from Miguel Almiron. Joe Linton back now to Guimaraes, going looking for Wilson. Wilson's got free. Wilson's one-on-one with the keeper. Wilson's been hauled off. Wilson, good defending there from Konza. You've got to give him credit for that. It might have been Ashley Young, actually. And Ashley Young doesn't look very happy. It's Murphy, weren't Wilson, anyway. And Ashley Young's going down. He might have a touch of a lumbago here or something. I'm not sure. Get on a bit. So, yeah, he's gone down. He doesn't look great. Doesn't look great at all. Nurse. It's a great pass from Bruno Guimaraes to Murphy. The chest was good, but Ashley Young did really well there. I've got to give him credit, but he's hurt himself in the process. Yeah. He's limping off. He's gone to right back, it looks like. Is he playing right back or on the right wing? They changed the system here, Villa? Deeney's on, so they must have. Yeah, Deeney's playing left back. Have they took Matthias Kashki off? Must have. Yeah, that's and Ashley Young's gone to right back, but he did well to cover there. Good header there from Cher, but it's gone straight to a Villa player. Back then to McGinn. Back to Ashley Young at right back. Now to Esri Konza. Now Douglas Luiz, Esri Konza. Wide then. Ball over the top, looking for the runner Ings. He gets there, but Pope's come out and shouldn't have done because, well, he's fouled him. And there's an offside flag, so he got away with murder there, Nick Pope. Yeah, he came running out to get the ball, didn't get there. Danny Ings looks old as well, I've got to say. These look a very, very, very poor side, Aston Villa. Unai Emery's got his work cut out with these lot. Because I've tried to be negative and defensive today, and they're on the end of a 4-0 stuffing so far. Oh, dear, Bruno, that's not great. Give the ball straight to Danny Ings. And now Villa can attack, and they've got Lucas Digne on the ball in the left-hand side. Looks for a cross. Cher's watched it all away. Foul on Wilson, free kick. Fouled by Douglas Luiz. Good play from Callum Wilson to come deep and help the defence out, pick the ball up, held it up, and was tripped by Douglas Luiz. Yeah, so it's a free kick to Newcastle. We're looking 20 yards outside the penalty area, which Fabian Cher will take. He's taking it short to Bruno Guimaraes. Now Dan Burn, now playing in his more natural position of centre-half, with Sven Botman taking a rest. Now it's a Cher forward to Guimaraes. Nearly fell on the ball out, Bruno. But he plays it to Dan Burn. Dan Burn's advancing. We'll give it to Matt Target out there on left back. Ball down the line, looking for the run. It's going to get there as well. Murphy. There's no goalkeeper in sight. Murphy's through. Wilson's deep. Wilson does a terrible pass from Murphy. And Mings as well to get a foot in. And Wilson may well be injured here. Because Mings did get a foot in, but Wilson's okay. He's got up. Murphy didn't do any favours at all there. Really didn't. Very physical challenge from Mings. And to be honest, we've all criticised Tyrone Mings, but he's been Villa's best defender today. Not a great competition to be in, I've got to say, but still, he's not been as bad as the others. Ball comes in. Now Mings has been in the air. It's the bar, Wilson. Almost his hat-trick. Just praising Tyrone Mings there for his defensive capabilities. Callum Wilson beat him in the air, all ends up. Should probably have scored. He was on the 6-yard box, rocketed a header against the Denver. It stayed out. It's a great header, in fact, just an inch short, lower. That was his hat-trick. But what a header from Wilson. I'll say he should have scored. It was a hard one. It was a competition with Mings. Beat him in the air. Great bullet header. Rocketed off the Denver bar there, but could have been 5-0 and could have been Callum's hat-trick. It's a corner to Newcastle. I don't know why it's a corner. It must have been cleared off the end of it. I was kind of lost all thing after the ball hit the bar. But anyway, it's a corner. Dan Burns in there, being marked by Konza. Kieran Trippier is saying there must be a Villa player in close proximity to the ball, trying to block the cross. Well, he's 10 yards away. He's gone back even further now. I think it's John McGinn. And in fact, he trots back into the area. So another waste of time. The ball comes in area cleared by a Villa player. To the edge of the area, it's Longstaff leaning back as he shot it. It might even have been Dan Burn. And over the bar, into the Gallagher. It was Longstaff. Into the Gallagher. It sailed high, wide, and not very handsome. Let's be perfectly honest. 4-0 Newcastle. This has been a fantastic, fantastic day for Toon Army fans all around the world. We're taking apart a supposed rival. These ain't rivals of ours. Not anymore. Not anymore. Olsen will take the goal kick. Down the pitch he goes. Long, looking for a Villa head. Not going to find one. It's got Kieran Trippier, in fact. Trippier's gone past one, but in the end it comes back to Longstaff. Now it's with Bruno Guimaraes. Ball into Joe Linton. It's not Joe Linton. Yes, it is Joe Linton. Joe Linton's now approaching the Villa back four. Goes to Murphy, wide on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Might try curve like... Oh, he's hit the post, Murphy. Unlucky. Great effort, like Miggy's, but on the other side of the pitch. And he rocketed against the post. That's the Bedemba and the post. Beans on toast been hit in the successive minutes. There's more goals in this for Newcastle if you want them. Villa at 6s and 7s. Foot in there. Jacob Ramsey now trying to tidy it up and does get away with it. And now Lucas Digne plays it in. Nice little flick there to Watkins. Watkins is going to lose the ball, as he has done all afternoon. Fabian Schär has it. Fabian Schär's lost it, in fact. But covering is Kieran Trippier. Throw into Villa. I think we've got a flag for offside also. So all that play was all for nothing. But what a great shot from Murphy. Cut inside Young. Left foot. Curved it. Keeper had no chance. Again, rocketed on the beans on toast. Murphy can't believe his bad luck there. Murphy can hit the post at any given circumstance, can't he? God, he must have hit the post more than anything. Any player in the league this year. Now it's Joe Linton. He might go from distance. No, he's gone square for Miggy. Miggy's going to cut inside Digne. He gives it to Joe Linton. Now Miggy again. Little ball. Great play from Newcastle. It's with Longstaff. Longstaff squares it. Joe Linton over the bar, leaning back into the Gallagate. Some of the football we're playing at the minute is fantastic, though, guys. It really is. It's attacking, entertaining stuff, enterprise from every part of the pitch. Eddie Howe's got a big smile on his face, and no wonder. This is that's what it is. It's fantastic. And if I was still was in that habit after this 90 minutes is up, I'd lie back and have a cigarette. It's been that good. Newcastle on the attack again. Joe Linton, now Bruno Guimaraes. Back then to Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär got all the time in the world, just looking for someone to pass to. Longstaff could be his man. Indeed, he is. Longstaff picks it up deep and then plays it out to Dan Burn. Having a little breather here, Newcastle United. No pressure on the ball. Villa have beaten team. They're not bothered. The only way this is going goals-wise is if in the Gallagate end, Bruno Guimaraes did a little step over, taking a piss out of Danny Ings. The ball ain't great, but the ball will come to Sean Longstaff. First time pass is a good one to Kieran Trippier. Miggy's made a run. He's looking for Wilson in the air. Wilson will chest this down. Oh! Well anticipated by Konza, actually. Did well to defend that. Let Wilson win the ball in the air. Now there's balls with Villa, and Joe Linton steps in and puts it out for a throw-in. All round, everything we're doing is fantastic. The defensive works great. The midfield creative stuff is brilliant, and we're looking dangerous in the box also. Oh dear. It's all a bit overwhelming. It's with Philip Coutinho running up his own arse here. Where's he going to go? He's got Bruno in front of him, and then he plays it square 2 yards, and now down to Jacob Ramsey. He plays a good little pass in. The dummy there from Watkins was horrendous. Trippier stepped in, and Fabian Schär, we're not just hoofing this out anywhere. Newcastle playing football out of their own area. What superb stuff. Bruno Guimaraes now has it. Have some great play with Trippier and Miggy and Schär. Now it's with Jacob Murphy on that far left-hand side, being approached by Ashley Young. Ashley Young must be wondering where he's going to go here. He's gone the right-hand side instead of outside. Jacob, if you just pick up the deflection off Ashley Young, did quite well actually, Ashley Young there. Give him a bit of credit for once. But he's been beaten this time, big time. Fantastic. Oh, great defending by Mings. He's going mental. Villa have been torn apart here. Doesn't matter who's got the ball, they're getting torn apart. Absolutely torn to pieces. Kieran Trippier now has it. It's down here for Miggy Almiron. He's got lots of space to run into. He's coming inside, of course, onto his favoured left foot. The ball over the top's the ball, but he's gone back there to Dan Burn. Dan Burn then plays it down there for Matt Target. Matt Target back to Dan Burn. Newcastle maintaining possession fantastically well. We're still on screen. Brighton Chelsea in an injury time. We've still got 10 minutes to go here, so that's a long ball inside. Olsen comes out and collects and bowls it out to Lucas Digne. Now it goes into Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey's approaching the halfway line and gives it out there to Philip Coutinho, who's got Trippier on him. And Trippier takes it off him as if he wasn't there. Referee gives a free kick. Harsh, I thought. In fact, he hasn't given a free kick. They're playing on. Bruno foul there by Danny Ings. As much yellow card as the Joe Linton one was, but yet the referee doesn't pull the yellow out of his pocket. Newcastle are about to bring the captain on, Jamal Lascelles, and it may well be Kieran Trippier that's going off. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It will be Fabian Schär, I imagine. Is Trippier going off? Jamal Lascelles does have the captain's armband. And getting a good round of applause too. I can't imagine it'll be anyone else, but Bruno Guimaraes is coming off too. Clapping all that end of the crowd. Been fantastic second half. Bruno has pulled all the strings. He's coming off. So Jamal's on. Shalvy's on for Bruno. Jamal Lascelles is on, I'm going to say, for Share. Because there ain't no else you can play, really. John Joe's on for Bruno Guimaraes. And let's see if this attacking play is seamless or not. Yeah, Share's gone off. So that's where Lascelles is coming for. Trippier's about to take the free kick. So Bendy wants a good one too. Wilson! Oh, he should have been better than that. Should have been better than that. It weren't Wilson, it was Lascelles. Wow! Bournemouth 2, Spurs 3. So that third place has gone tits up, folks. Bournemouth have managed to throw a 2-goal lead away. And their injury time down there in Bournemouth. So we're not going to be third tonight after all, but yeah. So shit. Who cares? We can only do what we're doing. We can't be... we are a good side, but we can't dictate what's happening into the grounds, unfortunately. No side's been able to do that ever. So, yeah. Anyway, the header away from Dan Burn. Edry Konza picks up in his own half. Little ball for Douglas Luiz. Being pressured by Shalvey. Manages to physical Shalvey out of it. Now it's with Konza. Now to Douglas Luiz, who's got a little bit of space to move into now. Ball inside is a good one to Coutinho, but he's robbed straight away from Miggy. Miggy's effervescence has been fantastic again. Energy still going now, 80 minutes in, and plays it wide for Jacob Murphy. And he's gone on the overlap of Jacob Murphy. Might give it back. He does give it back. Miggy on his left foot. Cross comes in, deflected off Ashley Young. Will be a corner kick to Newcastle. Ashley Young doesn't know whether it's New Year or New York. He's been turned each way and out by Miggy, wherever on the pitch he's been. And also from Jacob Murphy, funnily enough. It's a corner to Newcastle. Wilson still wants his hat-trick. Wilson's been marked by John McGinn, who does have the Villa captaincy armband on. Can Callum get his hat-trick before the end? We've got 6 minutes plus added time to go. And Kieran Trippier, of course, takes the free kick, corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger with his trusty right boot. The cameras are on Callum Wilson. They seem to think that Destiny is going to take the ball to Callum. And it comes, corner kick. It was Joe Linton, and he just nodded it wide. Should have done better. Once he got to it, it just sliced off his head. How it went wide. Harry Kane hasn't scored for Spurs today, incidentally. Newcastle are making 2 more changes, and here comes Maxi and Chris Wood. So we're not going to see a Callum Wilson hat-trick today, because I think Callum Wilson will want to make way for Chris Wood, and Miggy's going off also after another fantastic goal. The weekly screamer from Miggy. So he goes off, and Max is going to come on for the last 5 or 10 minutes, I guess. Chelsea have been beaten by Brighton 4-1. They'll be pleased with that. Down there on the south coast. So Max is back on. No headband today. And Callum's gone off after 2 goals. He wanted a hat-trick, but he's happy with 2. And Gareth Southgate couldn't fail to be impressed with what he's seen by Callum Wilson today. Really not. Superb performance. Superb performance. Anyhow, let's see what Maxi can do. Has Maxi got anything in him for the last 5 minutes? Because that'd be fantastic if we could see a Maxi screamer. And of course, Chris Wood, maybe he can maybe get himself on the score sheet. Who knows? But Dan Burn did really well there. Back to Shelvey and now to Share. Trippier goes all the way back to Nick Pope. Pope controls it and gives it to Dan Burn. Dan Burn to Shelvey. Shelvey playing in the anchor role now. He played it down here with Jamal Lascelles. Jamal Lascelles goes back to Nick Pope. And now Nick Pope floats it out to Matt Targett on that far side. Matt Targett getting a bit pressured now. And in fact loses out to John McGinn. John McGinn has it and turns back. So Newcastle a little bit overconfident there. And Villa have come away with the ball. And Torre Mings has it currently. Down here to Lucas Dean. Little 1-2 he plays. And the great foot in there from Jacob Murphy. He did brilliantly. The ref can't give a free kick for that. That's brilliant from Jacob Murphy. He's got a free kick for Murphy winning the ball. Bollocks decision. Absolute bollocks. Anyway, Konza has it from the resultant free kick, and Villa do come forward now on the right-hand side with Ashley Young. Back then to Ezri Konza. Villa, I think, now trying to just keep the score down to 4, I think if that's the truthful of it. Lucas Digne. A little ball inside. Bit of not a bit enterprising football from Villa here. Ings has it. It's going to go good foot in there from Joe Linton. Little ball, John Joe Salvi. Little tight little football. Murphy does get intercepted though, but the ball does go for a throw. But a little bit of football in between there from John Joe Salvi was fantastic. Shelvey and Joe Linton between them calmly got out of a really sticky situation, and now Newcastle have a throw in. 87 and 45 on the clock, folks. Newcastle 4, Villa 0. And the ball is with Dan Burn in the centre back position. John Joe's gone back to receive it in the anchorman role and played a long ball down the middle looking for Chris Wood. It's going to be straight into Tyrone Mings' head. Now Chris Wood gets it. Chris Wood took it down and did really well there and plays it wide to Alan St. Maximan. Now he's going at him. Maximan plays a little ball through. Joe Linton. Yeah, unlucky that. John Joe Salvi's misplaced pass there will be a throw to Newcastle deep in the Villa half. Lucas Digne with the interception. And Trippier takes it and gives it to Jacob Murphy. Murphy takes it down, loses out though to Philippe Coutinho. Tries to win it back off John McGinn. John McGinn does well to swivel and get away from him, looking for a ball over the top for Danny Ings, who takes it down. Lascelles at his back. Lascelles is pressurising him. And in the end, he's going to give a free kick away, I think. Although I don't think he's actually done much wrong there, to be honest. It's going to be a free kick to Villa. Right on the edge of the pitch. Gone very flat now here, hasn't it, at St James Park? We're 4-1. We know we've won the game. We know we're not going to go to third tonight, unfortunately. But we have developed a little bit of gap to Chelsea, haven't we? So that's good. We've got Chelsea very, very soon. Louise is going to take this free kick. I think it was further wide than that, but still, he's going to take it there. Looking like he's going to go in the box. There it goes. Nick Pope's come an awful long way for this and takes it well. And he rolls it out quickly to Alan St. Maximan. McGinn's come for him and fouled him straight away. Just ran straight into him. Maxi's down, injured. He's going to get up there, I think. But a bit cynical from McGinn, just to run straight into him and foul him. Just had no intention of playing the ball, did he? Now Max has it again. He's come all the way across the pitch. Now turns back and gives it to Jamal Lascelles. Lascelles down here for Kieran Trippier. Outside of the boot, pass to Dan Burn. Still in the centre half position. John Joe's come deep for it. He's got a great pass to Target if he wants to go for him. Target stops his run now when it becomes apparent that Shelvey isn't going that way. Shelvey again has it. Ball along the ground there. Very good one too. Now it's with Jacob Murphy. Inside, little back flick to John Joe Shelvey. I'm sure the Olays are going on. A long pass there for Maxi, who gets to him now. Max takes it down. He's fouled again, but it's going to give a free kick. No, he's not. He's giving a throw in. I thought that was a foul, but Young bites him over. Great pass from Shelvey to get there, though. Throw into Villa. Back to Mings, actually. Tyrone Mings. Down to Lucas Digne getting pressured. Still getting pressured now. It's the 90th minute. Only 3 minutes of injury time this half, folks. And terrible clearance from the Villa goalkeeper. Kieran Trippier with a throw in. All these subs are taking a little bit of the edge off the game, haven't they? The Newcastle, we don't look as dangerous now. Clearly, we're not going to. But Joe Linton has it now. Murphy does well to keep it in. Does well to hold on to the ball too. Well played, Murphy. Great play from Murphy. Now Joe Linton. Little back flick. Longstaff's gone for the return. Whoa, Chris Wood's got a score there, for fuck's sake. He's a yard out. And didn't get his boot on the ball. Oh, Chris. How are you not scored there? It's a great move as well to get the space as well. Back flick from Joe Linton. Longstaff's gone down. Oh, what are you doing? Just couldn't quite get his left fetlock to the ball. Hey, if that had been Callum Wilson, it was his hat-trick. Absolutely guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. Just a minute to go of play, guys. It's Newcastle 4, Villa 0, as you all know. There seems to be a bit of a VR decision going on in the Brentford Wolves game. I'm not sure who scored or who hasn't scored, whether it's a penalty or what, but anyway, who cares? Shalvey with a long kick, looking for Chris Wood in the air. Doesn't get to him. Conza steps in. Now it's with Danny Ings. Now Jamal Latal steps in with a header. Little flick there, but it's going to go straight through to Conza. Ball through then to Douglas Luiz. Well beaten here, Villa. Tyrone Mings has it. Lucas Dean is going to go all the way back, is it? They've got a bit of space for Jacob Ramsey to move into, and he goes into the centre circle, plays it then to Coutinho. His first touch ain't great, but he steps back and still has the ball. Coutinho, little chip ball over. Looking for John McGinn, who didn't know it was for him. Oh, dear me. This is a side that, well, they need some serious work doing some, don't they? Let's be honest about it. Aston Villa. Relegation candidates at the moment for me, I've got to say. We're coming to the end of the game, folks. It's only a few seconds left in this half. Villa are happy to play out and lose the 4-0. Indeed, there is the final whistle. 4-0 to Newcastle United. What a great performance. Despite Villa coming to kill the game. Didn't work for them today. Ah, dear me. Not good. Not good, Villa. But Newcastle United, superb. We'll take a few comments. And this is kind of what we're looking at here. Amazing football, says Ricky. Indeed. Longstaff getting better and better. Yes, he was superb today. Superb. Steve Bruce spotted the local takeaway buying cheese chips and kebab. Well, you know, says John. I don't know. It's quite close, Jan, says Isaiah. Make a massive Spurs injury time. Yeah, that was a killer, wasn't it, for us? We were really third, wasn't it? Oh, Graham Wade. Hello, mate. How are you? You're going to win fuck all. You're going to win fuck all. Enjoy your dirt mini. We are enjoying it. All right. You're right. What a shame. Wood is very Wood, says Ian. Indeed, he is. Fifth, please. I think we're still going to be obviously we're still going to be fourth, aren't we? The red card, Diego Costa got sent off for Wolves with the VAR stuff there. Miggy has more than Madison, actually. Close. Conte won't get sacked now, which is good because Spurs are shite with him as manager. Longstaff getting back to his best. He was superb today. Got to give him credit. Why do you sound so surprised that Wood didn't score? Because I thought, to be honest, I thought it was impossible for him to miss. But not only was it impossible to miss, he only just got his left hoof on the ball, didn't he? He wasn't even anticipating it. Shocking. Fifth goal we wanted wrong, so it didn't happen, did it? Can't make it 5. Mary's here. I didn't know she was here. Last time strapping occurred, I was in secondary school and both my kneecaps were in need of said strapping. Yeah, indeed. Hi, Billy, mate. How I've not scored 6-7 beyond my Europe place. Looking good, but it is indeed, Ken. Couldn't agree more. Never known Newcastle United to have such a great goal difference. We used to have them years ago when Kevin Keegan was around. Yeah. The best team has played so far this season, says C Stock. Yeah, very good. Tremendous stuff, says Retro Andy. Paul says it always goes flat when the subs come on. It does. I just thought there was a couple of them that were trying to, put themselves back in Eddie Howe's team, if you like. I know Joe Linton's out next week now. He's suspended, isn't he? So we're going to miss him against, is it Chelsea we've got next week? We're going to miss Joe Linton for sure. Toon 4, says Ronald. I'm still happy with the European nights back at St James. Yeah, that'd be great, won't it? Diaby must come, says Rungson. Billy would have scored Wood's chance with his left moob. Definitely. I probably would have scored it with left bollock if I'm fucking perfectly honest. Uncle Chief says peep, peep, peep. I'm sure all of Chris Wood's goals are accidental deflections that look like he tried to score, says Gary. The one against Hampton was good, weren't it? The header. Yeah, it was. Where do we get to here? We're looking for Gary's comment. God, there's loads of them. Loads and 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 loads. Oh, there's all from Graham here, look. Our Villa fan. Is he a Villa fan? Toon fans celebrating like they won the league. You are miles off City and Arsenal, you mugs. You're miles off us, you prick. How does that feel? You're right. Anyway, let's get that dickhead off the comments. Let's get him off. Oh, dear me. Right, so where do we get to here? I've forgotten because I've lost loads. Yeah, it seems, I'm thinking about it. Danielle got 4-0, and I pressurised her into that bloody score by picking. Well done, Danielle. Oh, dear me. Right, let's go from this. Making with Master. Anus Emery is taking them down. Away the lad, says Stu. Black and white hearts, circles, whatever they are, from Bopper King. Nice comms. Cheers, mate. Very much appreciated. How are 6 subs allowed? I thought it was only 5. I think you allowed a goalkeeper as well, aren't you? Of course, Villa's goalie went off. Yeah. Lots of claps from Kendo. 4-0 says from Samsonite. He's happy with that. Dreamland, indeed. Rachel says, great result, great comment. Thanks, Rach. Eddie Howe's the Black and White Army. Great playing Crossman Longstaff. Yeah, I think be interesting to see the scores that people give him tomorrow. I know what I'm going to give him. Thank you, Billy and Mod, says Carl. Fantastic. Great job, Billy. Thanks, Ian. Yes, get in, says Trulls. How did Wood miss that? Great ball from Longstaff. It was a fantastic cross. I disagree with you, Jason. Spurs aren't shit under Conte. They are third. No, they're a bit negative, aren't they? Let's be honest. I mean, Aston Villa were a bit of a pound on Spurs today, weren't they? And next says Billy. Well done, Billy, says Samantha. Thank you, Samantha, very much appreciated. Isaiah says Angelo Gabriel can't come soon enough. Angelo. Long ago, outside a hillside in Mexico. He's Brazilian. That's that Graham comment again. I thought I'd put that on just to make an absolute tit of him. Graham White, I come from Ainsworth team in the world. Stuart Monroe, thanks, Billy. Fantastic watch along. Yeehaw, says Paul. Still the best defence in the league. Yeah, another Wafty Cranker. That's an interesting name. Wafty Cranker. Darren Grimes, that sounds like. Simon B. Concussions will be out right with the goalkeeper. Well done, Billy, says Mary, thank you. Cracking performance, says Sedan Smith. He says great job. Shearer69 says amazing game and result. Great show, Billy. Awesome today. Newcastle sending shockwaves through the Premier League. We are. And Graham Wade, by the sound of it. Paul Haddon, boo-hoo, Graham Wade. Yeah, not happy chappy. Halloween horror show for Villa. That'd be in the Birmingham Evening Mail. Is it the Birmingham Evening Mail they have over there? Jules will tell me if she's here. Great winning, great job today, Billy. Thanks, Robert. Really appreciate that. Graham's getting some absolute piss took out of him. How mad are you? Haha. Can't wait to see Villa watch on Twitter. That'd be an interesting conversation he'll be getting from lots of Newcastle fans later. See what Villa fans come up with now, yeah. They will certainly be subbing on the time tonight. Any Villa supporters that have travelled up to Newcastle to watch that shite show that they put on today. Getting lad 4-0. Nice one, lads. We are plural class. Miggy scored his usual goal. He's on fire. Anthony says that. Matthew Jones says Chris Wood still as much use as tits on a fish. Yeah. Dear. Getting well done, Billy says Billy Ace. Jotan Wichai. Jotan Wichai. Well done, Billy. Away the lads. Thank you very much. Cracky win, says Logan. Malcolm says, how can I have 6 subs? Because of concussion injury to the goalkeeper. That allows them the extra sub. Andrew says, devour excrement, Graham Wade. Graham's getting some real shit here, and he deserves it, to be honest. Graham Wade, what's the score, pal? Says Scooby. Chat time, says Wrongson. Another great day on Tyneside, indeed. Black and white hearts from Logan. Dave Bullman says, well done, Billy. Great display today by the Toon, and even better to put 4 against Villa. Their fans are clowns. Absolutely. Go tie yourself to a goalpost, Graham, says Kendo. Up the A1, says Fab Billy. Mad that we feel a bit disappointed that we're not third. Yeah, we are a little bit disappointed. I've just seen the tables now. That's the bottom end of it. Might have to rewind a little bit here and see what exactly it looks like. Yeah, I do have to rewind a bit. So we'll just go back a wee bit. There's a little gap, though, appearing between us and 5th. With 3 clear of Chelsea. They've got a game in hand. Man United have got 2 games in hand. They're only 4 behind. But yeah, it's looking promising. And had Spurs not got that winner, we'd have been above them on goal difference. 4 behind Arsenal and 5 behind Man City. Have we ever been? It's been a long time since we've been 5 behind the leaders at this, this time of the season, isn't it? But yeah, fantastic, really good. Let's get off that a minute and go forward and back, and then yeah. So there we are. Yeah, I'm disappointed we're not third, but third can come next week. Yes, awesome from the lads, says Stu. Clark is quite pleased with Graham. Take the old Graham and go cry on your pillow, says Isaiah. Indeed. Did the Toon Pope actually touch the ball today, Billy? Only from back pass. I don't think he had a shot to save, did he? No, I don't think he did. I don't think he had a shot to save. We'll take that all day long. Toon, Billy boy, says Gareth. Yeah, absolutely. Of course we will. We'll buy that every day of the week. A nice job, Billy, says Rungson. I'm much appreciated, mate. Like that. Bongard Bill says Wood only needs to put a decent one away, give himself confidence, and we'll have a new forward like we have a new player like in Almiron. Yeah. The thing is, though, can you actually see it coming, Bongard Bill? Because I certainly can't. We have the Geordie, says Stu. Saudi's own Disney. They're doing Disney, yeah. And there's only one sub at a time tonight. Bye. Ha ha, says Luke. Another team photo to look forward to, says Rach. Yeah, indeed we do. Neil Allen, is this part of the Matrix or is it real life? I hope the fat cockney bastard is watching and crying into his sausage rolls. Like this video if you love the tune. Could have put it better myself, Logan. Paul Sales is very happy. Good, he says. And John W says, Longstaff put it on a plate for him. He did. It was a fun, I don't think I've said it enough, but Sean Longstaff was absolutely fucking brilliant today. I can't give him credit. He was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Night was a knee gaming. Well played. Nice. It's becoming a habit now. And a nice habit to have too. Indeed, Rach says, Trolls. Up the mags, says John W. Sam's Night Dove says Villa 3 shots total, none on target. Yeah, they were fucking awful, weren't they? Costa sent off for Wall, says Geordie away, man. Yeah, strange, isn't he? Such a placid chap as well, isn't he? You wouldn't expect him to be sent off. This is what I want to see. Stu's in it, ground wage. You salty butthurt twat, keep beeling, says Stu. Excellent commentary, pal up the mags from Mansell. Cheers, mate. Much appreciate that. How did we make 6 subs? Because the keeper took off with concussion. And Aston Villa, not us. We didn't do 6 subs, did we? I don't think we did. Anyway. Murphy did well. He did very well. Hit the post as well. Was it 4-0? Flattered them, didn't it? Flattered them. Could have been 6, 7, like Ken said earlier. With it bar, with it post. With the post twice, I think, didn't we? Yeah. We did. Southampton next week. Yeah, I think it is Southampton away, isn't it? And we get 3 points there. Chelsea then, last game before the break for the World Cup, isn't it? What a game. Great to see Shelvin ASM doing what they do best. Yeah, they come on and did a little bit too. We're still 4th, says Barbara. We are. That injury time Spurs winner has cost us a spot. We're definitely top 4 now. Gap opening up. Yep, it is. Come on, the lads. Away the lads. I'm guessing that means and lasses, but another way the lads there. Ashington says, wonder where all those Malty Villa fans are now, saying they would thrash us. 15 goals in 4 matches, if I remember correctly, says Trolls. Yeah. Botman for PM. Again, another imperious performance from Botman today, wasn't it? Brian Hicks says, winner, Villa dinner. Extras, please, come on. The Devious Orange says, I feel sorry for Wood, but he needs a move. Maybe Leeds. I just don't know who's going to pay. Who's going to buy him? I just can't see it. Well done, Billy says, thank you very much, Facebook user, whoever you may be. Who's got in the chat saying we are Mugs Mars of Arsenal City? He's a bit of a joke, says Colin. It's Graham. Yes, he's a bit of a twat. You're right. Come on, what a belt, says David. Away the lads. This is brilliant, isn't it? I love seeing his, whenever you get these after watch-alongs, it was always, we were shit again. Or, what's he doing playing him, player? And, why is he in the team? And why is he not in the team? Look at this now. It's fantastic. It's all positive. It's all great. I love it. It's fantastic. And it's well overdue. Oi, Gabby, says Sean. Yeah, another one will be really pissed off, won't he? And there's cheers, Billy. Excellent as always. You've kept us posted. And same, Bunny lad. Away the lads. Newcastle United are looking like the strongest team in the Premier League. We're doing well at the minute. I think there's going to be plenty of individual awards coming our way for the month of October. A lot of people asking how 6 subs we use because of concussion protocols. Aston Villa, Vanilla. We're saying we're going to be beating us 4-0. Indeed, we've had a lot of good stuff in today. Up the effing Premier League we go, says Steven 29. And that Miggy goal, again, fantastic. Peter Merrifield, thank you, mate. I hope you're well. I believe another great win, Southampton away next. Indeed, it is. Uncle Keith says, so glad we don't need star players anymore, as the Vultures would pick us clean in January. Yeah, well, I think we'll be adding to our squad and not depleting it this time. Salwood and Lascelles. I'm a fan of. You know something. I'm a fan of Lascelles. I know he fucks up quite regularly, but he's got it in him to do something. And he's not in the class of Share or Botman. He's not going to be playing. But the performance at Anfield, I thought, was a really good one, and I think there's something there as a backup centre half. Obviously, Julie J says to all the trolls, one word: envy. Yes, indeed. We drew with City 3-all. Credits due there. Indeed. Another clean sheet. Come on the Toon. You know, that result now, thinking about that 3-3 Man City, you've got to praise Man City for that, because if they weren't at their best that day, they'd have got beat. That's I believe that now. The way we're playing at the minute, bearing in mind then we had Maxi firing on full gas that game, wasn't he? Man City had to pull out something special to get a draw with us. They were 3-1 down, and they did. So you've got to give them a bit of credit, because had they not been at their best, they'd have lost that game. Another clean sheet, says Oliver. Come on the Toon. We drew 2 City and not scared of playing Arsenal either. He's the mug, absolutely. Concussion sub, says Goat Father, explaining. Eddie Hammond to the Munt for cert. Absolutely, can't be anyone else. Yeah, concussion, mate. That's why. And Murphy and Wood should have scored. Murphy hit the post. You can't blame him for that. But the Wood one should definitely have gone in the back of the net. Christ. Mary said the team did incredible. That's an impressive team on the pitch. Indeed. Cry Me River, Villa fans. Indeed. PJM says, well done, Billy. Great company. Thanks, PJM. Very much appreciated. Julia J says, Mystic Danielle got it right again. Mystic Danielle got pushed into 4-0, boy. She wanted to go 2-0, then I picked it. She wanted to go 3-0, then Alex picked it. So she was forced into 4-0. So she was gently coerced into the right decision. And well done to her for that. Indeed. Concussion sub gives an extra sub to both teams, and Samsonite, yeah, just explaining the 6 subs. Happy times, says Wrong Son. Another excellent match commentary, Billy Bob. Cheers, Alan. Much appreciated, mate. Graham must be a salty Macom. He's either one of those or one of them Claret and Blues brummage on people. Anyone notice that Mings was getting away with loads? Do you know what? I've never said this before, but I thought Tyrone Mings was probably their best player. I mean, I know he's a clown generally, but I don't think he was that bad today. However, the bloke who's marking did score 2, and one was a penalty, mind. We are the Geordie Boot Boy, says Sean. I thought Murphy played great for the time he was on. So with Maxi back, maybe that 5th yellow for Joe Linton isn't a disaster. Excellent point, Rich. I was thinking that just as the game finished. Yeah, Maxi and Murphy back, but we do leave that little bit of physicality in the middle of the park, don't we? But yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we'd rather miss him against Southampton than Chelsea. Have him back for that game, firing on full cylinders. Wonderful commentary. Billy says, Julie J. Thank you, Julie. Very much appreciated. To the trolls, I'm happy you are obviously not, says trolls. Indeed. Gary McBurney says, haha, that was a typical Brummy woke. Why the word woke? Don't get it. Another clean sheet, says Ian. Villa crush, says Sean. Yes. Villa going to League One. Mings grabbed Wilson around the neck in the box when their keeper went off. Nothing mentioned. Yeah. He did, actually, yeah. Obviously, says Trolls. Great commentary, Billy, says Ian. Another great game. Of the score right, Mike. Got my bet. Oh, come on the Toon. Well done, Colin. Very well done. Tony says Villa went there to kill the game and they managed that, but not in the way they wanted. They were definitely there to spoil and stop us getting any kind of momentum, weren't they? And the time wasted in the end cost them in the first half. And of course, once they won down, they had to try and come out and play us. And when they had to do that, they didn't have a cat and mouse chance, really. Steve says I predicted 5-0, but I'll settle for 4. Lads, even funnier, Brighton thrashed Chelsea. Yeah, it's great. Little gap appearing between 4th and 5th now. Well done again, Billy, says Colin C., the Geordie historian. Thanks, Colin. Much appreciative, mate. How the fuck did Wood miss that? Can imagine if it was 0-0 and he'd done that. The bloke is not fit for purpose, There's Carlos. Young says, don't wake me up. I can only assume that's Ashley Young. C Stock says, Miggy's goal was stunning. Scream myself horse. Yes, I think you may have noticed I did too. Awesome result. Good job, buddy. Thanks, David. Think about this. Chelsea lost 4-1 to Brighton. Indeed. Is this a dream? Says Alex. And Mark Cooper says, bloody fan dabby dozy, cracking commentary, Billy. Thanks, Mark. Much appreciated. Here's my sister in the chat. Get in there. Mystic Danielle does it again. She does. She does. Although gently coerced in that right direction, I believe. If I think back to when you actually picked 4-0, I believe you actually said, I feel I've been pushed into this. But you're pushed into the right thing, so it's good, isn't it? We were so much better, says Paul. Foxy says, we could hold up play from Wood when he came on. He did well once, yes. Amazed after such a good performance from the team. Still some want to be critical slating Wood. Foxy, he missed a pissing open goal from the edge of the 6-yard box. What do you want us to do? Away, man. Great commentary as always and a great result. What more could one ask for? Thank you very much, Barbara. Very much appreciated. Best defence in the league. Most points scored in October. What a team we are, says Brian McFadgen. And great commentary, Billy, too. And thank you very much, Brian. Really appreciate that. Funny if Villa go down after we didn't fancy a fight down there. About Emery, yeah. Would be funny. Wood by name, says Grim. 3 games to the World Cup. Keep it going, lads. Yeah, just maintain this little bit of a run to the World Cup, and then we can re-strengthen in January. You know, how far can we go? Who knows? Only time will tell. Gary says, miles behind City by only 5 points. It stands. Yes, indeed. It's great. So there's also Trolls. Thanks, Trolls. Beer ceremony. That celebration, says Wrongson. Yeah, you have a beer, mate. We could have had 6+ goals, says Ashington. Indeed. Joe Linton will miss Southampton away and be back for Chelsea. Yes, I think you're right. Maxi can come in for him. We've got to try and get top 4 and buy a couple of quality players in January. Yes, indeed. Steve says, Longs have another good game. Seems to be getting better and better the more he plays. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Terry says, brilliant commentary again. Thanks, Terry. Much appreciated, pal. We're playing white and black. We're deadly in attack. We're the most united team in all the land, says Julie. Indeed. Keep saying indeed. It's just a happy night, isn't it? And could Newcastle actually have a chance at the Premier League, says Al. Let's just say we're in the race at the moment. Indeed. Ming should have had multiple cards, says Ashington. Cracking performance from the Toon and Billy, says Clarky. Thanks, Clarky. Much appreciated, buddy. Cans across the board, says Al House. Looking forward to watching some Villa streams. Yeah, that'll be interesting. War Miggy, says Colin. Brilliant goal again. Also now legitimately ahead of Chelsea, even with the game in hand, says Gavin. Yeah, excellent point. Villa Watch is the worst. Haha. Richard's a new user. Just found you on the internet after BBC 6 Radio Newcastle Online had the Sunderland game on. It's like watching the entertainers again. Great goal by Miggy Almiron, Longstaff, the unsung hero. Indeed, Richard. Indeed. Fantastic. If you enjoyed what you've seen, give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Don't cost out. Be nice to have you on board with the Toon Review family, of which there are 15,000 of us strong now. Heading for 16,000. Happy Halloween, says Hora. We're coming towards the end now, folks. Stu is at a gimp. Well, I don't know what's going there. Love the great commentary, said Eddie. Worth staying up for out here in Japan. Indeed, the results are always great, isn't it? Haaland and Winter, says Wrongson. I don't think we're going down there, mate. Looks like we're 3rd, 5 points off top. Now we're 4th, but yeah, we are that kind of position. Great win. I'm off for my Maltesers. Make sure you get the right ones. Villa bye, says Julie. We're coming to the end now. 3rd top scores on best defence. Pick up the Toon. There's a reason for it all. Miggy 6 and 6, says Barbara. What a player. I feel bad for Wood. I was hoping he'd hit that end, but I think we all were. P-Law Keith, brilliant commentary, Billy. Cheers. Top 4 still by the World Cup will do me nicely. Yeah, be nice kind of little break as well. I always love watching the other supporters' reactions, says Ashley. KK says, fantastic commentary, Billy. Thank you very much. Come on, the Toon. We love you. Thank you very much, KK. Much appreciated. My old boss was a brummy. What a twat he was, says Ian. Indeed. Young says, Aston Villa deleted fans. That'll do for them for Wall to shut up. Yep. It wasn't Ashley Young then. Give Miggy the keys to the Toon, says Paul. Yeah. 6 subs. Yeah, it's concussion. Need some blow up shit behind the goal to get Wood up. Yeah. Wafty Cranker says, nice to see we have 2 players on the scoring screen at the Wilson and Almond. Long may it continue, indeed. Well done, lads, says Rungson. We're coming to the end now. They completely ignored Mings wrestling Wilson around the neck when they're keeping. Yeah, someone said that, yeah. Miggy's taking a piss out of Grealish, 100 million. Yes, indeed. We have a super chat here from Barney Rubble. £5. Thanks very much, mate. Great job, buddy. Thanks for a great live stream. Tunes like die. Cheers, Barney. Very much appreciate your kind gesture there, mate. As all the super chats, fantastic. Great win, great. Billy Wade is wading through some Villa shite. I'm looking forward to getting on Twitter and seeing what Villa Watch has got to say. I really am. Missed Miggy's goal on my stream. Well, Clarky, the match of the day. It's you've seen the goal before. Let's be honest, you've seen it before, mate. It's probably a little bit further out than the usual ones he does, though. But yeah, it's a special strike. Just when you start thinking Murphy might not be so bad, he hits the post. Yeah, but that was brilliant effort. You can't win a one-on-one job. He cut inside Young and tried to do a Miggy from the other side of the pitch, didn't he? Fantastic effort. That's a different one to his usual post hits. We put our foot on Villa's neck and kept it there, says Sean. Yes, indeed. Our defence in cruise control. 30 years of Toon fan. I've never seen a defence like it, says Ash. Well, there you go. Concussion or not, they still ignored Miggy. Yeah, they did, yeah. Joe Linton, Miggy class again. They're both brilliant. Rach giving Barney a round of applause. I'm trying to get off this channel off this stream because I won't be tea. Concussion sub gives extras subs. Yes, that's right. That's why we had 6. Look at Chelsea results at Ashington. Yeah, it's a bad one for them. It's the Spurs one that's pissed me off. They were 2 down with 20 minutes to go, weren't they? Something silly. We are pulling away 3 points clear of Chelsea. Yeah. Newcastle Chelsea in 2 weeks. That's going to be a cracking game, isn't it? We'll be with you then. That one too will be, I don't think it'll be a Saturday game, but I'll move that to televised surely. But you can join me for that because that'll be definitely being watch along for that, a home game. Play like I'm on. Indeed. I'm glad we beat this. I haven't forgot the sub in the time, but I know. I had the misfortune of being in the Holt end that day. It was horrid. The vitriol and the spite. I wasn't in colours, but it was vile. It weren't good. Villa fans really thought they were good. They are so cocky. Yeah. Plus 14 goal difference. Am I dreaming? Indeed. 6 points, says Eddie, against Chelsea. It will be. Liverpool, Man U and others in a bit of flux, says Adam. We're playing well. Am I dreaming? It's top 4 finish. Not inevitable, but it's possible. Well, I wouldn't say it was inevitable. All great castles are built on solid foundations. Our defenders, says Geordie Hawayman. Indeed. What turnaround since Ashley Bruce days there. Hi, everyone. Thank the Lord. Plus 14. Magpie is the goal difference. Yeah, very good. It was agreed the opposing team should be given an additional substitute in this scenario to ensure neither side can claim to have a possible advantage by having more fresh players on the field. I'm guessing that's the FA rules on protocol of concussion. Villa 3 shots, none on target, says Brian. Villa wish Newcastle were their rivals. Indeed, absolutely. They think we are, don't they? Yeah, okay. Newcastle are going to win a domestic cup, says Al. I hope so. There we are, fucking class, says Gary, and it's almost cruel. Right, I'm coming to the end. Get those smelly. No. Can't say that. Oh, and Villa fans, perhaps your team played like Allen one. Indeed. Right, I'm coming to the end of the stream. In fact, yeah, that'll do me, I think. Let's go with Foxes. A lot of work to do for Emery. Can see why Villa were wasting so much time first half. Had no other option to try and get result. Birmingham City provided the Midlands clear. Yes, I'll buy that. I'll buy the Birmingham anyway. Certainly. Ooh. So, yeah. It's been a great day, hasn't it? It's just a fantastic day. As Haircut 100 once said, a fantastic day for all Newcastle United supporters. Put on a show for us today again. 4-goal victors over a very poor and negative Aston Villa side. Callum Wilson with 2. Joe Linton with 1. And our weekly dose of Miggy magic. Struck one in from 25 yards. Curved into the top corner. Absolute superb goal. My thanks go out to all you got watching, the super chatters, people just commenting in the chat, people watching along with us, people have hit the like button. Also, thanks to the mods who's been with us today. Rachel, Gary, I think, has been in. Ches has certainly been in. Thanks for helping out in the stream. As always, the work you do is fantastic, and it goes a long way to getting us where we are. And thanks for all you lot out there also. And thanks for everyone that are Newcastle United fans tonight that's celebrating a fantastic 4-0 win. We'll be back tomorrow. There's 2 shows tomorrow. 6 o'clock, I think, is the review of this, which should be fun. And also we're doing a loaded show with the loaded lads tomorrow night, 8 o'clock also. So till tomorrow, have a great night. Don't drink too many of them, but celebrate as much as you can. However, lads and lasses, love you all. Bye-bye.